And if YouTube is behaving itself, you should be seeing my talking face right now. I am just going to have to hope that you do. Hi there, folks. This is Uncle Kage, but you probably already knew that. And this is the Winestream, but you probably also knew that as well. I don't know why I say that every time. You never know. Somebody might have just wandered here through the wilderness of the internet. And by the way, before I go any further, I want to wish all of our Norwegian friends a happy Norwegian Independence Day, which was yesterday. It celebrates the meeting of Umlaut the Viking and Freya McDougall, her father was Irish, you see, who founded the modern state of Norway after stealing it away from the Swedes, or some kind of story. Yo, bravo Norway. Anyway, that's. I don't have a Norwegian flag, but Wadia sent this to me, so it's close enough. Besides, it'll keep my head warm in the winter. So, this is a wine stream indeed, and for those of you who've never been here before, basically, I just drink wine. That's it. I drink wine and I talk, and that's all there is to it. For some reason, people seem to enjoy it. I got a Patreon, and patrons, they send me money to drink wine. It's a good gig if you can get it. So many of you have gotten accustomed to my standard fare. Oh, pardon me. Most of you know that my drink of choice is a German Riesling, preferably from the Mosel Valley, Cabinet vintage, no older than 3 years. And I'm also a lover of fine Japanese sake, and I've given a number of lectures here, both here and in person, describing how sake should be tasted and all the subtle nuances of sake. Every once in a while, though, you just need to return to your roots. I've had a difficult week, and sometimes you just want to kick back with what you call comfort food. This is kind of the comfort food version of drink. You see, when I was a young man, and I was at one time, I didn't have a lot of money and my palate was not very cultured, so I tended to go for cheap shit White Zinfandel. White Zinfandel is essentially Kool-Aid with alcohol in it. It tastes good and it gets the job done. And tonight I'm returning to what we call Cardbordeaux. This is a 5-liter box of Franzia White Zinfandel. It's even got a little spigot in the bottom there, you see? Makes 34 glasses, or 12 of my glasses. They drink small glasses here, you see. So I'm going to set this down. You probably heard a thump right there. And I'm going to use this beautiful little glass that was given to me by some nice folk. I think I've got the automatic light adjustment turned off because it kept getting dark and light and dark and light. I didn't like that. But if you can't see this, well, tough. I'm not going to link any additional pictures. I am not going to try to type anything, and here's why. I have been told that every time I touch anything on my computer, the stream freezes. And this apparently is a consistent thing. There is a plot afoot. Some folk want to get me a new computer. And I was very much against the idea. My laptop sitting here is what I stream off of. It's a perfectly serviceable laptop. It's about 11 years old now. I don't think I've gotten my money's worth out of it. An 11-year-old laptop should be perfectly good for these purposes. Also, they said I could use a desktop. There is a desktop back there. It's actually a laptop which sits on the desk. That makes it a desktop. It is possible that at or after the next stream there will be a new computer. The next stream is only going to be in 2 weeks. Tian Long is going to be here, and of course he is Asian. They know all about computers. That's just a genetic thing, pardon me. My throat is dry, I shall have to fix that. He is one of the plotters, and we shall see, because in 2 weeks it's not only Tian Long visiting, but that will be my birthday as well, so it'll be a birthday stream for me. Why only 2 weeks? Well, the rest of June I'm going to be a little preoccupied. Anthrocon is coming up. I really am not going to have time, or inclination probably, late in the month. So you'll forgive me if I do 2 streams very close together. The July stream will be after Anthrocon, and Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we will have a very, very special guest all the way from South America. Crash Azarel is going to be coming along for the July stream. That'll be the Saturday after Anthrocon. But enough of the commercial there. I'm going to open the spigot on my box. You'll probably hear it go, yo, burble, burble here. There it goes. Would it be funny if the thing broke and I couldn't stop it? Oh, I completely forgot. Typically, you're supposed to put like a paper towel on the floor under it. This floor has had worse things dripped on it with all the guests I've had here. So this is a white Zinfandel. The Zinfandel grape is actually a red grape. So Zinfandel is naturally red. They simply pull the skin off in order to make the white version. And again, this is Franzia. It is not classy. It is not high society. There's no tasting no-nos. It is Kool-Aid with alcohol in it. As I said, it tastes good and it gets the job done. So bottoms up. No classy finger. Oh, God, that's good. Once again, it's a perfectly good Saturday night getting yourself blasted wine. And Well, that's the whole point of tonight. Kenny, 1694, reminds me, Canadians also know a thing or two about computers. That's where Tian Long has the advantage. He has some Canadian in him. That's his diet. We're not going to get into that. Let's see. Sheena Tiger is back from barbecue and late birthday party. Well, if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Let's see. Yes, phrasing. Sorry about that, guys. Incidentally, I timed the lag on this, at least at the outset, when the opening music, which is a classical piece written for me by Drax, who is an amazing young fellow. He has been on the stream, too. We apparently only have 4 seconds of lag. That's probably the only improvement that YouTube made to their YouTube Studio Beta. I literally had to go through and reconstruct my entire account. Every setting that I'd ever had been reset. That's why we've been having so much trouble over the past couple of streams. I would say, take me back to the classic, and it would take me back to the classic look, but it had completely wiped out all the settings. The one that says, start streaming as soon as I say go, which you would think would be intuitively obvious. Other little details, I think I've got them all. Oh, Camaro Cougar, you're so sweet. Really sorry you had a hard week. Hopefully our company will make you feel better, and we're all here for you. Aren't you sweet? Thank you so much. This will help too. Just Campus says, honest opinion about whiskey. I think you put the E in the wrong spot, Just Campus, because it says honest opinion about parenthesis E key. That's whiskey or wise key. I'm not a whiskey drinker. I have no palate for whiskey. I do not appreciate it. I have tried what they tell me is the best whiskey in the world. It just tastes like turpentine. I'm sorry. Sorry, no classy finger with this wine. Let's see. Risher is asking, how come you never mention MMS in your pseudoscience panels? You might have to remind me what you're referring to by MMS. That can stand for a lot of things. Let's see. Dromora Cat Dragon, will you be continuing the Doug O story at AC this year? Probably not. On advice of my lawyer, the ending of that story is something that's better discussed in person. Let's just say Doug O... I'm still having my fun with him, not the least of which is every year I send him a nice Christmas card, signed from Sam Conway and all the furries. Oh, Misfit Radar. Just watched Yoga Hosers, and you're making bratsies for dinner. If you've not seen Yoga Hosers, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a loving spoof of our friends to the north in Canada. It is a prequel to another film called Tusk. Do not watch Tusk. And I'm serious about that. I think this collar's getting tight. Ronnie and I watched Tusk. We watched Yoga Hosers because, oh, what a cute, whimsical, fun little film this is. Oh, look, it's part of a series. The next in the series is Tusk. So we'll watch Tusk. Tusk is viscerally disturbing. I watch all kind of movies. I watch gory movies. I watch slasher flicks. I watch horror films. This movie was upsetting. About 3/4 of the way through, both of us just simultaneously jumped up and shut off the TV, and we said, we can't continue. And we sat down shaking. And then we realized if we don't continue, we'll never find out what happened. So, trust me, you don't want to know. Oh, Dareka has filled in MMS, Miracle Mineral Solution, aka bleach. Folks, I don't cover every single thing in my pseudoscience panel. I don't even like to mention this miracle mineral solution. First off, anything with the word miracle in it, no. It is essentially bleach, and people are stuffing it up their children's anuses thinking it will cure autism. I'm not making that up. So there comes a time when you simply have to shake your head and say, what's it going to help? Me saying something to these people is not going to change their minds. You can't fix stupid that easily. Let's see. And A. Johnson says, hello, Uncle Kage. Heart, wine hat. Well, wine hat to you too. Thank you. And Kacha Kitsune, did you move the couch? The back wall seems closer. Actually, Kacha, the couch is a little bit closer. I don't know why the back wall would seem... there is a brand new office chair. I've not gotten rid of my old office chair, which is here. There's a new office chair, which my head is in front of there, so it might make it look like it's closer. I got this chair so that I could get rid of this chair, but I've had that chair for damn near 20 years, and it's hard to just throw it out. Let's see. Oh, Layla Cookie, I have finished your present. Oh, I thank you very much. Look forward to Eurofurence. I look forward to Eurofurence too. Believe it. Eurofurence is my favorite event out of the year. Baron Sable. I had my first alcohol and wine the night before my best friend's birthday. It was a red one and was really dry. Then I had a Riesling at a restaurant, was much better. I prefer the sweeter wines, which is why I'm drinking this White Zinfandel tonight. So, indeed, I like Rieslings. I had a spectacular time last weekend. When I was in graduate school, my mentor, my advisor, Professor Gordon Gribble at Dartmouth, he is himself a winemaker and has won a number of awards for his wines. And a lot of our graduate colloquia would turn into wine tastings as he would bring his new wines in. It was at one of Professor Gribble's tastings that I first had Riesling, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I've been a Riesling person ever since, really. Let's see. Oh, Martin Plays Online, morning from Australia. So good to see you there, Martin. Thank you very much. And I am doing well indeed. Liam says the light reflections on and around you don't seem to match the surrounding. Well, would it help if I take the glasses off? I'll leave them off for a while and let people see. Typically, I take down these two paintings up here because the light does reflect off of them, but I was feeling lazy today and I was just wanting to get to this, so to hell with it. If the reflections bother you, tough. Let's see. Talio Fox, are you seriously telling us you've become emotionally attached to a chair? I am very lonely. And Ishmaniyani Akada, I'm going to say this, Ishmaniyani Akadabutter says the new chair matches the couch. I just wanted to say that name. Ishmaniyani Akadirt Butter. Got it. David Simmons, how does Riesling compare to Moscato? It's half as sweet. Moscato is syrupy, sugary sweet. It's a little too sweet for me. My mom loves it. If you want to become my mom's new best friend, bring her Moscato. She loves the stuff. Don't you, Ma? She's in channel. Ooh, green cat face. That's her. Clockwork the Dragon. Well, I still have one more bottle of that sake that I bought and sent you a pic on Twitter. I saw that sake. It is a Ginjo sake, according to the label. The one thing that I did not see is what the bottling date is. So, Clockwork, you need to get that bottle and see if there is a date on it. And the date is usually written Japanese style, the year followed by the month. In some cases, it is the imperial year followed by the month. The sakes that you want to get in the imperial calendar would be 30 dot and then a month. That only goes up to 3005 because, or is it 31? 3031. I can't math. His Majesty Emperor Akihito has abdicated, and we have a new emperor now, so the imperial calendar has reset. So if you start seeing sakes where it says 01, that's not 2001, or it better not be. That is the imperial year. And Dave Nevius, Liam the Coyote said the picture quality is wonky. Dave, are you going to listen to a coyote? Onyx Flame said, is that a new blanket on the back of your once white sofa? The light is making your face look washed out like you're being green screened. Also, any new tumor cat colors? That's a lot of questions. This is a new sofa cover. I put this on when Zilver was coming over because I didn't trust him not to spill beer on my white sofa. So I left it on because I kind of like the look of it. Mom gave this to me. As for the washout color, I'm sorry, in 2 weeks when I've got an Asian here, we'll fix the color. I didn't have time to go through and tweak the balance and the white and all this stuff here. I'm a white guy, you're stuck with a white face, okay? Let's see. Let's see. Liam says, I meant the light reflecting off your shirt and the sides of your face seem to be reflecting surroundings that are dark and only lit by a computer screen, but the background is well lit. It could be because this is the first Winestream of the year where it is still daylight. I've still got lots of light coming in those windows despite my attempts to shade them. As we get later in the evening, it will get darker back there, believe me. Let's see. Clockwork says it's a U.S.-made sake. Are you sure it's U.S.-made and not U.S. imported? Because that label did look Japanese. David Simons asks, if a bottle of sake doesn't have a bottling date, would you say never buy those? It depends. If the bottle is such that I can see the color inside, not a brown bottle, and I can see that the color has not gone off, I might consider it. If it's a dark brown bottle that has no bottling date, I usually don't buy the sake because you don't know how old it is and you don't know if it's gone bad. Eddie the Weather Fox is asking, is the ending of the Duggo story something that needs to be coaxed out of you at the bar at a con with a nice glass? Yes, exactly. I look forward to meeting you at CTP. I'm not 100% sure what CTP is. My next convention will be next week. I'm going to Confuzzled in Birmingham in England. I'm going to have a kipper tie over there. Looking forward to that. It's a long trip, but it's very relaxing for me once I get there, assuming I do get there. And those of you who might remember an old story from 7 years ago about an ill-fated trip that I took on what was then U.S. Airways to Confuzzled, where I met a lovely family that we playfully call them my befuddled English people. That is the Varley family, and they are going to stop by at Confuzzled to say hello to me. We've kept in touch ever since that interesting meeting that we had. So they are going to be there to tell people, yes, Uncle Kage's stories are all true because they were actually inspiring one of them. 20 Thoughts. 20 Thoughts says, Mr. Person here, I know who 20 Thoughts is. That is one of my favorite Norwegians. Happy Norwegian Independence Day, a day late, my old friend. I've known this guy since he was like, barely a Norwegian. He was like a teenage Norwegian. I think they call that a Swede or something. I don't know how that works. Let's see. Telio Fox says, a laptop that's not 11 years old would do the settings for you with smart cam set. We're going to let Tien Long take care of it. I'm just going to leave it to him, okay? Oh, I've got lots of lots of bottles of sake in the refrigerator in there to keep him happy when he arrives. Clockwork Dragonwolf says it's made in the U.S. and it's crystal clear in color. If it's crystal clear, that's a good sign. Made in the U.S., okay, call me prejudiced. Yeah. You see, the Japanese, they are very, very particular about the kinds of rice they use to make sake. Most of the best sakes are made using the Yamato Nishiki rice. If you can't get your hands on Yamano Nishiki, the second best rice is called Gohyaku Mangoku. It's difficult to say. I think the American sake breweries use Uncle Ben's converted rice. Louis, the turquoise cat. Do you have a turquoise cat bottle? Actually, turquoise is a color. I've got a purple one, but I don't have a turquoise one. And as Raya Venus, how do you know when sake has gone bad? Number one, it starts to turn yellow. A little tiny shade of yellow is okay, but if it's like seriously yellow, like when you pour it out and it's like, good God, that's yellow, it's bad. If it smells musty, that's bad. If it tastes like crap, it's bad. Morningstar Asmer, how much is a badge for Anthrocon? I honestly don't know. I think that pre-registration is $55, but you better hurry because we're going to be shutting that off in 3 weeks. 20 Thoughts says, that is person, why did you have a Norway flag cat lying there? You're going to have to ask Wadius the warrior. He'll explain it. Oh, and Wadius explains when a Norwegian gets too old, they become a dansk. So Gummibjorn started out as Norwegian, and he became a dansky. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Night Howler is living and working at a hotel. You're the guest and con relations manager. It is great having a furry in the position of con relations manager, because then the convention doesn't have to explain everything. Oh, that's right. A person is North Norwegian. He is from that spot in Norway, like it's you think it's not Norway anymore. You think it's like the North Pole. It's way up there. Let's see, what's going on here? Oh, Furry Trainer's here. Hi, Furry Trainer. Good to see you. Such a White Fur says, what's with the video quality? I don't know. I don't have a Qianlong here to help me out. So if there's a problem with the video quality, you ain't paying for it. Unless, of course, you're a patron. In which case, what can I do about it? Oh, and belated greetings from Amy S. from Derby City in Kentucky. I remember going through Kentucky. We used to drive from Pennsylvania down to Alabama when my esteemed grandparents were still alive many years ago. We would often go through parts of Kentucky. Lovely, lovely state. Oh, Gigard, Mr. Gigard. Oui, vous êtes en retard. But how am I doing? I'm doing quite well, thank you very much. Let's see. Layla Cookie says, for which land are you at Eurovision Song Contest? Layla, I will confess that I don't have the foggiest idea what you're talking about, so I'm terribly sorry. Camaro Cougar. Oh, Camaro Cougar's sister is not furry, but really enjoys my story hour. Well, thank you very much. Especially the story about the old lady and Elvis the cat. Elvis the cat. A cat named Elvis. That is an old classic. That's one of those that took up the better part of a story hour just because it was such an eventful evening. Onyx Flame says, how is Grandma Kage doing? Well, you can ask her yourself, Onyx Flame. She's lurking about channel here. Mia Van Me tells me the guys from Dasai are building a brewery in New York. I would like to try the sake they brew in New York before I make any decisions. Let's see. And Kansha Kitsune says, leave the poor rich man alone. Be happy you even get a stream. I don't know what rich man you're talking about. They don't pay chemists like they used to, believe me. And Aldea Karufa says, j'entends Kage parler français. Oui, je parle français. Très mal, mais je parle français. Let's see. Oh, Amy S. still has extended family in Pennsylvania. What part did your family hail from? Well, we're from the main line, back when that meant something. So just outside Philadelphia. And Onyx Flame, is saying that Camaro Cougar is asking how I can convert Camaro's sister into a furry. You don't convert somebody into being a furry. Somebody either is a furry or they're not. A lot of people are furries and don't know it. They only find out there's a name for it later in life. But you can't convert somebody to being a furry. It's either something they like or it's something they don't. Colby Puck, does the truck rental place know not to give you a subcompact now? Yes, they do, Colby. I made that devastatingly clear to them. Let's see, pardon me. Oh, Morningstar Asmer will probably be coming to AC next year. That is going to be 2020. 2020, oh my gosh. If someone had told me years ago that I'd live to see the year 2020, then again, we're not there yet. Let's see. I'll be able to pay for the badge, but I don't know how much money I should bring for the whole visit and plane ride. Okay, if you want to go to a convention, first off, you need to research the airfares. Depending on what airline you fly, what class of service, and where you're flying from, an airfare can be anywhere from $150 to upwards of $800. So there's really no way to tell. Hotel rooms are running roughly $200 a night with all the taxes and crap added in. A lot of people will get roommates and they'll split a hotel room 2, 3, or 4 ways, up to 4 ways, because nobody has more than 4 people in a hotel room. Of course they don't. Yeah, that's right. No more than 4 people in a hotel room. And you should try to save some money for food. People get to the convention and they don't have any money for food. For goodness sake, plan. People, please plan. Make a budget. Layla Cookie says, I saved your life with my anti-suicide video. Well, thank you very much. That was simply me unloading what it's like to have to take care of the family of a suicide victim. It's not a fun thing. You know, a lot of people who opt for that way out aren't thinking what it's going to do to the people who care about them. Liam the Coyote, do you still work as a chemist? Yes. If so, what do you usually do during a workday? I chemist during the workday. That's what I do. Night Howler, how are the fireworks going for AC? Visit Pittsburgh is working on seeing if we can get a custom firework. It's very expensive, but we're working on it. I don't know if it's going to work. Telio Fox, any advice on going to First Con if I won't really know anybody there? Well, Telio, first off, try volunteering. Volunteering, you meet a lot of people as a volunteer. And the whole nice thing about a convention is there is programming. Go to programming in a topic that interests you. It's going to be a room full of people who are also interested in that topic. That is the easiest way to meet people that you share an interest with. Baron Sable is asking, or saying, I love a sweet drink, but even the Riesling I had at my best friend's dinner was okay to me. What wine would you recommend I try next time I get the chance? Well, Baron, Riesling itself comes in different vintages. If you had Riesling and it wasn't sweet enough for you, you can... oops, I'm going to put these over here so they don't get lost. I'll be hunting for these in the morning. This is my glasses. The German Rieslings, you can look at the vintages based on that little prefix that goes in there. Cabinet is my favorite vintage. That's picked at the height of the ripeness of the grape. You then have Auslese and Spätlese. These are later harvested grapes where the grape has been left on the vine and the sugar content has gotten very, very high. If you like it really sweet, you can try an ice wine, but that's syrup. That's hummingbird food. That's a little too sweet for me. But you might want to look for Spätlese and Auslese on the label. And Louis the turquoise cat is telling me, if you remember the banana splits, of course I remember the banana splits. I grew up with them. They're actually coming back on Sci-Fi. Original for a horror movie? What? The banana splits on a horror movie? That's ridiculous. Morningstar Asmer says, the asthma in my name means that I make those audios that relax people. Oh, I thought it meant you had asthma. I'm sorry, I was going to, tell you that try some Primatene Mist or something here. Oh no, Stoltzman says, goodbye. Well, goodbye. Oh no, thank you for coming by. Let's see. Furry Trainer, will the next Winestream in 2 weeks be on the 1st? Yes, it will be on the 1st. Morningstar Asthma says, I'm a fan of furries, but I'm not interested in suiting up in a fursuit. Am I still a furry? Of course you are. You don't have to be a fursuiter to be a furry. That's like saying in order to be a Star Trek fan, you have to wear Spock ears. You can still be a fan. Costuming is just how some people express their interest in furry fandom. Other people express their interest by drawing, by simply being there among friends. Furry is not a costume event. Costuming is part of the furry event. Zach the Bomberman, what do you think of the Three Stooges? Absolute geniuses. They were an amazing comic trio. I loved the Three Stooges growing up. Their timing was absolutely impeccable. I'm a curly guy. Yeah, Shemp was fine. A decent clown, but he really didn't have the same kind of charisma that Curly had. That was Jerome Horowitz, Curly Howard. Okay. Oh, Ro Wendigo just got here. Sorry I was late. Well, Ro, it's okay to be late, but now you won't know what I'm drinking. Night Howler, did you inform your artist about banners this year? Yes, Night Howler on a daily basis. In fact, I just sent a note to the artist that is doing the badges and a note to the artist doing the t-shirt saying, don't forget, we need that artwork. Charcoal, what rum do you recommend? I'm not a rum drinker, Charcoal, so I really can't answer your question. Furry Trainer will not be here on the 1st. Well, it's okay, Furry Trainer. You can watch it on rerun. You can set up YouTube and just have it go blah, 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 blah in the background. Tal says, weren't there 5 Stooges? There are only ever 3 on screen, with the possible exception of a single incident, but hardcore fans will know that. We had the core Stooges, which was Moe and Larry. Then we had Curly. Curly was replaced by Shemp. Shemp was replaced by Joe Besser, and then there was Curly Joe. So there really were actually more Stooges than that. It didn't, once they got Joe Besser in there, it really didn't have the same. My understanding was Joe Besser was not easy to work with, but that's another story for another day. Gigad, have you seen Avengers Endgame? I found this movie a bit long, but great. Same here. It was a lengthy movie. I was pleased to see it. I had fun watching it. Adaic Rufus says, Loch Lomond, I dare not sing it because I'll get another copyright strike. Amy S., waving paw in the air. I'm a professional grade handler/spotter for the last 7 years. I show up at panels for first con and kids taking parents to a con. Questions about suiting are common as dirt. What Amy said. Let's see. Onyx Flame says, what date is the next Winestream? You've not been paying attention. Onyx Flame is going to be June 1st. And then the one after that is going to be July 17th. Why such a big gap? I got Anthrocon coming up. I'm not going to have the free time, I'm afraid. Reluctant Warrior. What's the best way to get hold of imported wine in the States? Well, going to a wine store is probably your first step. That's a usually successful endeavor. I'm going to refill. By the way, those of you who don't know what I'm drinking, returning to my roots, Cardbordeaux, a gigantic 5-liter box of Franzia White Zinfandel with a spigot in the bottom. So, bonk. And now we pour, and you hear the nice... Hear that? "34 glasses, my ass. 34 glasses if you only fill that much." Nah, I fill a full glass. Charcoal, have you anyone fangirl on you? Charcoal, I understand what you're saying. It's actually something that makes me very uncomfortable because I don't know how to respond to it. I'm not a celebrity. Maybe I am by some definition. I don't consider myself one. I'm a regular person. I just happen to have a lot of people who know me. That's all there is to it. People come up to me and they go, and I usually think, what, is there a spider on me? Get it off, get it off, get it off! So, yes, I have people that they'll hyperventilate, they'll start shaking, and it's, well, I guess it's flattering, but really, just please take a deep breath, calm down. I want to talk to you. Don't be scared. Onyx Flame reminds me July 17th is a Wednesday night. I guess I meant the 13th then. Sorry. That's right. It'll be the night before 14 Juillet. I should probably have the Marseillaise playing there. Alistair Kane, what's your favorite drinking song? I like a lot of drinking songs. The Parting Glass is certainly a favorite, but I don't know if I could tell you what the favorite is. Night Howler, can you remind everyone not to try and outdrink the ferret? How about not to try to outdrink any of us? People seem to think this will be fun. Oh, I'm going to have a drinking contest with Alkali. I'm going to have a drinking contest with Uncle Kage. Okay, look. People have actually gotten seriously hurt doing that. We are professionals. I've been drinking a long time. I know how to pace myself, how to hold my alcohol. The same with Alkali. Alkali looks like he's just guzzling booze, but he is actually a very responsible drinker. I shouldn't be giving away his secret, but the next time you see Alkali perform, he's constantly drinking, sipping, but pay attention to how long that glass or how long that flask lasts him. People who try to engage us in drinking contests often wind up in the hospital. Because of that, we don't do it. It's just as a matter of absolute principle and policy. Somebody comes up and says, I challenge you to a drinking contest. I say, yeah, you win. You won. Thank you very much. Oh, Morningstar, when I come to AC and see you, I might fangirl. It's okay. Just please don't hyperventilate. Don't shake. Sit down. Take a deep breath. Let's see. Oh, Onyx Flame says, to those who haven't had an eventful life, the stories you're able to tell with confidence is admired by those who have little confidence, and so you're idolized due to your confidence. Well, Onyx Flame, that's really very, very sweet. I don't know if I would call it confidence, though. I would just call it, don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you my story. If you like it, that's fine. If you don't like it, that's not my problem. I'm enjoying telling it. And a lot of people ask, how do you fight stage fright? Stage fright is a very real thing. I've seen people literally lock up, get paralyzed because of stage fright. Well, remember this. Before I go out on stage, I'm usually terrified. I get stage fright waiting to push the button that says stream. Anybody who is a performer is nervous. It's human nature. It's how you deal with it that is what makes you a good performer. So don't be afraid of stage fright. Use it. That gives you a lot of energy. Harness it. Okay, let's see. Layla Cookies. My favorite drinking song is Red Solo Cup, I Fill You Up. That's a good one. In fact, somebody gave me a present. It's over in my curio cabinet over there. I've got an entire curio cabinet with presents people have given me over the years. It is a wine glass. It's a wine stem with a red Solo cup stuck on the top of it. That's a redneck wine glass. Gavin says, what's your opinion on airsoft? Well, Gavin, I am not a firearms enthusiast. I enjoy shooting. I will frequently go down to the Triangle Shooting Academy, rent a firearm, and take some shots at a target. Why? It's fun. But I am not somebody who says, I can't tell you what all the parts of, I can't recognize a gun and say that's a, AR-43 Glock Mauser pistol with a 40-knot action, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. My opinion on airsoft, please don't make them realistic. I'm seeing far too many people getting hurt because they have what looks like a firearm. To them, it's just a toy. But to somebody who doesn't know it's a toy, it can be very, very frightening. And if that person is armed, it's a bad recipe. Let's see. Oh, Cosmic Walker is watching at an army base. Cosmic Walker, thank you very much for your service. Gigard says there's a song named Viens boire un petit coup à la maison. Literally, come drink at home. There's also a song called Chevalier au Table Rond, the Knights of the Round Table. If you want to, you ask what is my favorite drinking song? I don't know if that's my favorite, but I like that one. Because you really have to be sloshed in order to sing that song. Basically, it's a song by the Knights of the Round Table, and the refrain, Goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Let's keep drinking to see if the wine is good. Think about that for a second. If the wine's not good, these guys are going to keep drinking until it becomes good. My kind of nights, really. Amy S., tell us your worst stage fright story. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, Amy, I might have to think about that. My worst stage fright story. I have suffered stage fright indeed. I do know one. Ordinarily, when I go out on stage, I bring a little card or a piece of paper. It just has titles of stories on it to remind me of stories I want to talk about. It's a little jog to the memory, so I don't go out there and go, So it'll be a story, it'll say like Elvis the Cat, The Long-Fingered Lady, Doug O. Just things like that I can remind myself of. There was one year at Anthrocon where that went missing backstage. Never turned up. And I had to go out on stage without any kind of prompt to remind me of stories. I think I did okay. Oh, Onyx Flame, the 13th is going to be Mom's birthday. Turn on the Winestream and have her watch it. Oh, Camaro Cougar. As an older fur, would love to have a slow, quiet drink with you at EF. We'll buy you wine if you say yes. Well, I say yes right now. A slow, quiet drink at EF, I can do that. Okay, go to the bar, look for the guy in the white coat. That's probably me. If you don't know where I am, you can go to the bartender and you can say, Wo ist der dumme Amerikaner? That's, where is the dumb American? I'm serious. At the Estrel, they will know who you're talking about and they'll be able to tell you where I've gone. Let's see. Oh, Camaro Cougar says that the singer Sia keeps her hair long and over her eyes so she can perform through her stage fright. It's very likely. I don't know, but that is kind of a shield, something you can hide behind. Oh, Boozy's here. Hey, Boozy, how you doing? He says, hey, Roach, let's smoke it. Okay. Oh, Alex, enjoyed playing Super Password with me at Furryality this year. I remember playing Super Password. The details are a little foggy. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just getting old. And let's see. Yes, Mako Yoshida. Where is the stupid American? Yes, wo ist der dumme Amerikaner? The staff at the Estrel are wonderful, wonderful folk. They've dealt with Eurofurrens. They all know us. And they know me. I am Der Dumme Amerikaner. That's been my nickname to hotel staff since the days of the Ringbird. So yes, if you say, Wo ist der Dumme Amerikaner, they'll laugh and they'll say, he went that way. Their English is pristine. The folks at the Estrel House in Berlin, you would think they were Americans. Their English is so spot on perfect. I'm jealous because I go up and I want to speak German and then they respond in perfect English. No, I want to talk German. Alistair Kane, what's it like to be the inspiration for an anthropomorphic cat doctor? Well, Alistair, since you asked, what's it like? It's wild. What Alistair's talking about, a number of years ago, in fact, more than 25 years ago now, there was a magnificent cartoon on television called SWAT Kats, Hanna-Barbera, SWAT Kats, about basically renegade police officers who live in a world of cats. It's an anthropomorphic world. It was made by the brothers Tremblay from Canada. And I got hooked on it because I watched the first episode. It had a body count, for God's sake, for a 90s cartoon. It's like, this is amazing. It had great plot, great acting, some of the finest voice actors. And, okay, a missile hits a warehouse and you see the burning warehouse with a burned silhouette of a hand sticking up. This is a goddamn cartoon. This is amazing. I was so pleased with it. I was inspired to write some fan mail, because at the end they had a little address. You write and tell us what you think. Hanna-Barbera Studios, Sedona Boulevard, blah blah blah, in California. So I wrote a nice letter. Now I was working for the U.S. Food and Drug Administration at the time, so I slipped in and I stole some outdated letterhead. That's what made it legal. You're not allowed to send non-official correspondences on official letterhead, but if this is discontinued letterhead, that's a different matter because it's no longer official. See, so I took some old letterhead and I wrote, "Dear Messieurs Tremblay, I am a scientist, blah, 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 blah. I am very, very pleased, and here's what I like about you." I wrote it very, very professionally, very intellectually. And thank you very much for the entertainment. I am very, very grateful. It's lots of fun to watch the cartoon. Yours sincerely, Dr. Samuel Conway, National Center for Toxicological Research, U.S. Food and Drug Administration, blah, 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 blah. And I sent it off. And I thought, gee, I hope they like my letter. I could probably pull it out of the file cabinet back there. It might take some time to dig it up. But about 2 months or 3 months or so later, this big envelope came in the mail, and the return address was Christian Tremblay. I said, oh my God. And it was essentially fan mail back from the Tremblay brothers saying, oh my God, an actual real live government scientist likes us. They sent me all sorts of cool stuff. And one thing they sent me was a drawing of a character which showed up in the first episode of their second season, episode called Mutation City. They named a character Dr. Conway. So, why not? Hey, fan mail works. And Boozy Barrister says, Estoy de los Estados Unidos y quiero llamar mi abogado. Which, what he's trying to say is, in the United States, I love my avocados. That's Spanish for those of you who do not speak that. Yes, in the United States, I love my avocados. Jacques the Lothar Wolf. Have I watched the series Allo Allo? I saw some episodes of Allo Allo on our public television system a number of years ago. I should probably seek those out and watch the entire thing. Oh, Boozy says, stop admitting to willing misrepresentation on stream. Do not tell the internet where the evidence is. It's okay, Boozy. Nobody watches this stream anyway, and even if they do, nobody ever goes back and looks at it on YouTube, so don't worry. And Morningstar says, is Alkali really that tall? Alkali, I believe, is 6'4". The first time he was on my stream, I had to pile some pillows up so that we would be on an even keel. But just before we started, we switched places. So he was on the pillows, and he was like way up here, and I was way down here. And then we realized we're in the wrong seat, so when we... You'll have to go back and look. G. Gowd, have you wrote other books that furry... In other words, have I wrote furry stories? If you were here last month, I think I pulled them all out. I've got an entire pile. Okay, since G. Gowd... I'm sorry. Since G. Gowd asked, I can look up here. We've got Elemental Magic, Elementary. We got The Furry Future, Gods with Fur. Yes, I have written a number of furry stories which have seen print in the mainstream. Onyx Flame is going to be at EF from Monday before. You'll be ordering a Kaltamushi. You will enjoy Kaltamushi. Liam the Kage says, I thought Alkali was 6'7". I don't know. When you get above 6'3", it's like it all blends together. You're tall. Talio Fox is apparently over 7 feet. And when I'm not in suit, over 8 feet tall. Talio, I have to see that. That sounds amazing. Because I know an extremely tall fursuiter. Let's see if I can find the picture here. Those of you who remember the movie Bitter Lake, that's one of my favorite. It was a furry movie made by a bunch of fursuiters back some time ago. And I think I can find it here. Searching. Bloody blah. Phone bin. All right, where's my furry thing here? Can't seem to find it. Oh well. Eventually I will find it. But it is Colonel Raiden Dreer from Bitter Lake. He is a very, very, very tall fellow, a Dutchman, and we all know that Dutch people, by their very nature, are... here we go. Dutch people are extremely tall as an evolutionary thing. It's if the dike breaks, they'll be able to survive. But I'll hold this up. This is Colonel Dreer from Bitter Lake. It's a little reflecty there, as you can see, but that's a big frickin' wolf. There. And he speaks Dutch. That's cool. So he spits all the time. Zach the Bomberman, ever heard of sulfur hexafluoride? You need a U in there, but yes, I have. Night Howler, Uncle Kage, will you be at IFC? That is Indie FurCon, and yes, Indie FurCon is on one of my confirmed conventions. I just noticed, pardon me, yeah, I forgot to dust my camera. There's this layer of dust on it that upsets me. Alistair Kane, did you ever meet anybody who later surprised you as being a fan of furries or furry art? Some of Anthrocon's guests of honor, for example, yes. Boozy Barrister, I think, but we kind of recruited him. Oh, Talia Fox has more fans syndrome, which makes me so tall. So the more fans you have, the taller you are. Sorry, let's move right along. Liam says, you're 5'10". Yes, I am. That wolf guy looks about 6'4". As far as I know, I think Easy Wolf, who is the creator of Raiden Dreer, I believe he is about 6'6". But I don't know because he measures himself in centimeters. Let's see. Oh, and Layla says, in Germany we have a tiger named Autora. He is 2.05 centimeters tall. A little less than an inch. That's what we call a micro fur. That is a tiny tiger. Oh, Boozy says, I was kidnapped. You were not kidnapped. You fell down the rabbit hole and didn't feel like climbing out, my boy. Trust me, it's true. Boozy says, I have Stockholm Syndrome. You don't got no Stockholm Syndrome. You read about that and you think you got it. Oh, and Sierra Skirata, I'm back. Did anything important happen? Nah, we paused the stream while you were gone. Don't worry. Victoria Hellfire, do you drink Moscato? I do not, but my mom does to excess. Let's see. I say let's see a lot, don't I? That's called a filler, because if you're performing, you don't want to have empty space here. You got to have some kind of sound or something going on. Maybe I'll have to think of something else to say. Buenos nachos. Let's see what that does. Boozy says, I prefer to think I kicked in the door and used the bathroom on the rug. There is a drop-down on Fur Affinity for that, and that's where you learned about it. Silvergotamon, after getting drunk one night, I suddenly went from being on staff at 2 cons to 4, possibly 5. Your thoughts? That's how we get you, Silvergotamon. You've learned our secret. One of my fine friends down here, one of the last of the Southern gentlemen, Chitabengo, lives very, very close to me here in North Carolina. I had him over one evening and I plied him with sake. You see, most dirty old men ply young men with sake and then they do awful things. My awful thing is, here, have some sake, and when the young man has no more ability to withstand, I say, how would you like to be on staff? And the young man says, yeah, that sounds like fun. I say, okay, good, just sign here. And then they wake up and they're on staff. Chitabengo was a particularly interesting case because he woke up, not only was he on staff, he was a department head. He had a lot to drink. Okay. Oh, Layla Cookie says, I mean meters. Oh, damn, 2.0. Oh, Layla Cookie, that little tiger is not 2.05 centimeters, it's 2.05 meters, which is a goddamn big tiger. That's approaching macro as opposed to micro here, yep. Morningstar, what was it like meeting Telephone? Telephone is a sweetheart. An exquisite fursuit performer. Consummate professional. Outside of the suit, she's sweet, she's endearing, she's very, very, very intelligent, great conversationalist. I cannot say enough good things about her. Her drink of choice is you've heard of hard apple cider. She likes hard pineapple cider. So when she was on my stream, I said, what's your drink of choice? And she said hard pineapple cider. I had to scour the state, but I found it. Okay. Night Howler says, in South Carolina, it's illegal to play pinball under the age of 18. Well, that's ridiculous. Oh, Gigard says, I'll publish soon in French a furry story which takes place at a convention. I'll translate it in English next. Send it to a native speaker, just to make sure the translation is accurate. Caraway says, I thought you were getting me drunk for other reasons. Well, Caraway, number one, no, I'm not interested in your body. I am trying to get you on staff. Number two, you're imaginary. There's nothing you can really do for the convention. So thank you very much for playing. By the way, if you don't know Caraway, he is one of my favorite bunnies out there. He lives in England, or would live in England if he actually existed. Caraway is an imaginary rabbit. So if you've got a good imagination, you probably have met Caraway. When you talk about following the white rabbit, just look for the tail. A lot of people like looking at that. Moving right along. Undertaker 660, hi Undertaker, good to see you. Have you ever watched the movie Christine? Oh, absolutely. One of the few Stephen King movies that I could stay interested in. Oh, Amy says, tell us a story about your promotion to con chair. Well, Amy, it's very, very simple. I was guest of honor at Albany Anthrocon 1998. And I don't really know exactly the chain of events, but when I left the convention, I was chairman. I came home and I said, oh boy, I'm chairman. Wait, because I don't remember actually agreeing to it. that's pretty much how it happened. Camaro Cougar says, did you ever get your crates of wine from Easy Wolf? I am still waiting for my wine from Easy Wolf. Although, I have let him off the hook, and I'll tell you why. At Eurofurence this past year, the hotel had an air conditioning malfunction. It was unbearably hot in the Estral, particularly the dealer's room. I had told Night Fox, dear friend of mine, listen to me name drop, that I would help him out at his table in the dealer's room. And I went down there, but okay, I'm wearing this and a lab coat, and it was roughly 98 degrees or about 38 degrees for you folks who like metric. It was very uncomfortable. So I went down to Easy Wolf's table. Easy Wolf is the genius behind the Easy Cool Down Vest, which has sort of become the industry standard for cooling vests for fursuits. I said, hey, Easy. I actually was like, hey, Easy. I got an idea, because you got to look up at him. If you let me borrow an Easy Cool Down Vest, I'll model it up there and send business down your way. Pardon me. So he did. He put an Easy Cool Down Vest on me with these nice cool inserts. And I walked around. Those things work. It's amazing. I would not have thought it would be as effective as it is. But it was fantastic. And I found out I could also raise money for charity. Because here I had this cool vest on. I was going around for €5 donation to the charity. I would give somebody an Easy Cool Down hug. And people would give me €5 and I would hug them and they'd be like, oh, you're so cold. Which is not normally what you hear when you hug somebody, but in this case it was fine. So when the day was done, he told me I could keep it. That's almost like a $300 damn. It was the top of the line model too, so he gave it to me as a gift. So I consider it square. I'm not going to ask him for the case of wine. Oh, Gigard says I was asked. Gigard, yes. If you don't mind reading my translation, Gigard, I would love to read it, but it won't be fast. And I will probably tear the hell out of it. Not because I'm mean, because I want to help you. I am a writer. I got those published stories up there. I give a talk on effective writing. If you send me a story and ask my opinion, I will give you my opinion. I'm not just going to tell you, oh, it's nice. If you want somebody to say, oh, it's nice, give it to your mom. She'll put it on the refrigerator. If you want to know if the story is ready for publication, or if there's a problem with it, or if it can be improved, send it to me, send it to Ursula Vernon, send it to somebody who writes a lot, and we will give you our opinion. Oh boy, a lot of stuff went by while I was talking that. Charcoal, what's your favorite practical joke you pulled or witnessed at a con? Oh boy, well, Charcoal, that's a difficult one. I generally don't like practical jokes because very often they backfire. Very often the target of the practical joke is not entertained by it. There was one, this goes back a while. This goes back, I think, to a convention that was, boy, almost 20 years ago. Who the heck was it? A very, very well-known fursuiter. Was very, very well-known for his fox fursuit. Oh, it will come to me eventually as I have more drink. And he was, basically, when you saw that fox fursuit, you knew it was him. So we did a little switcheroo backstage. At the opening ceremonies, this fox fursuit was bopping around, you know, helping people see to their seats and basically just being silly. And at the opening ceremonies, they introduced Uncle Kage. Well, the first suitor came up on stage as himself wearing my lab coat. And then the fox took off his head, and it was me. That's about as practical as we get. Oh, and I put a tack on Boozy Barrister's chair, but that's a different matter. Oh, Dave Nevius, Dasai 39 versus Ginga Shizuku. In your opinion, which is better? I'm not overly familiar with Ginga Shizuku, but I love Dasai 39. So I would have to become familiar with the Ginga Shizuku. We're comparing sakes here, by the way. Oh, Dareka, I bet you wouldn't complain if Easy Wolf gave you the case of wine. Of course I would not complain. I am never going to complain if people give me wine, unless it's really crappy wine, which some people do. And that's awkward. When somebody brings me a bottle and they're so excited, oh, I have this for Uncle Kage. Oh, I'm sorry, I want to give it to him. And they give me something horrifying. What can I do? I can't say, well, that's shit. I'm not going to accept your present. Oh, hell no. I have to say, oh my, how nice this is. Aren't you sweet? This is so special, I'm going to drink it later when you're not around. White wines do not age in their bottles. They rot. Red wines will age in the bottle. White wines don't. They go bad. This gentleman at a con somewhere around the year 2010 brought me 2 bottles. And he was all excited. He was all aflutter. Oh, I am at the top of my game. I am going to gift these bottles to Uncle Kage. Ooh. And he gave them to me. And the first thing I saw was the vintage year, 1991. These were almost 20-year-old bottles of a wine that usually doesn't last more than 3. And of course, oh, aren't you sweet? So thank you so terribly much. Give me a big hug. I'm going to take these and put them in a safe spot. I took them to security. The Dorsai irregulars were doing security there, and I said, do something with these. These bottles, oh my goodness. What was inside was not wine anymore. It looked like milk. It was this opaque white substance with black chunks floating, like a reverse snow globe. And I gave it to them, and I said, do something with these. And I went back the next day and I said, did you take care of those bottles? They said, oh, absolutely. I said, what did you do with them? They said, oh, they're right there. We gave them con badges and made them mascots of the convention. They were now Franz und Josef, the mascots of the convention. Oh. Cheers. Amy S., what does it take to have someone look at Amphicon's incident report logbooks? Not going to happen. Those are confidential, Amy. I'm sorry. Other than becoming a Dorsai, if you become a Dorsai, okay. Asking, since this was a topic of discussion yesterday, those are not for public consumption. Security incidents, those are internal. We take care of them. We don't talk about them. Alex, what's the lowest price versus the highest price you would pay for one? Well, the lowest price is free. That's presents. The highest price, oh my goodness. That would kind of depend on the wine. If it's sake, I might go into 3 digits. If it's regular wine, I don't think I'd go above $100. Oh, Liam says, my parents found a very old alcohol under the floorboards that had been there so long it had basically just turned into petrol and mold. Throw it away. Robocon, opinions on mead. People ask me that all the time. I will drink mead. I enjoy mead. But you don't want to drink a lot of it. It will screw you up. Mead is very, very sugar intensive. And this isn't. This is a hangover in a glass. I am going to be miserable in the morning. But you don't think about that. You live for the moment. Oh, Alistair Kane, I want to thank you for existing. Well, thank you for saying so, Alistair. You can thank my mother. She had a hand in that. One of the first stories I heard from you was of a war veteran you met under a plane wing you said was the Uncle Kage War Stories. That was Paul R. Gordon. Paul Revere Gordon. And at this point, I'm not going to type it in, but if anybody is interested in World War II, I would like to hear a first-hand account of an exquisite storyteller who was a, shall we say, guest of the German government from 1942 to 1945. I noticed the screen just clicked there. Hopefully that I didn't. I'm hoping I'm still streaming. Go to Amazon, look up Paul R. Gordon, and the title of his little book is Fourth Down, Can't Run, Can't Pass. I highly recommend it. Here's to Paul. Layla Cookie, can you draw something in my sketchbook? Of course I could, Layla. It will not look like what you want. In fact, in a little bit, I'll be drawing pictures for my Patreon patrons who, for whatever the hell reason, asked me to draw shit, and it is shit. I'm just going to, vomit out some lines onto paper. And I just lagged a bit. Maybe I was drinking too fast. Oh, Boozy has got to pick up a bit and cook some food for the kids. In other words, you're going to barbecue on your grill. Boozy bought a brand new grill and he is using every excuse he can find to cook out. And Serendipity says, and that book's on its way to Wilmington. Well, Serendipity, do you live in Wilmington? Which Wilmington? There's a lot of those. Oh, yes, stream is still flowing. That's good. Yes, Tal, vomiting lines out on paper is what you find in any modern art museum. I just read somebody spent some hideous amount, $80 million on a sculpture of a rabbit that looks like a balloon animal. It basically looks like caraway, only the butt is not as nice. Okay, that's fine. That's, well, if it's worth it to you, great. But personally, as a bleeding heart Yankee liberal, that 80 or whatever million dollars really could have gone to a better cause. But hey, whatever. Oh no, Stoltzman, do you drink cognac? Cognac is a little too strong for me. I limit myself to wine. That was a story that came out of Paul Gordon. He was shot down. He was a ball turret gunner in a B-17, 1942, the 9th of October. His aircraft was shot down by a German fighter ace named Otto Stamberger, with whom Paul corresponded after the war. They actually became very good friends. Paul was picked up by a French farmer whose daughter I still correspond with. It's amazing how these stories are intertwined. And she was a 9-year-old girl at the time. She remembers this shot up American pilot, bleeding all over the place. Paul said they put him into an iron bed, the old iron bedsteads, and he was shaking so much the whole bed was shaking because he was going into shock. And the farmer came in and said, "Cognac?" And Paul thought, I probably shouldn't. In my condition, I don't think so. So he said, no. Coffee. Do you have coffee? So the farmer went away and came back with a steaming cup, and Paul took a swig and choked because it was about 90% cognac. The French. And apparently, Layla points out that Nushtulla is missing tonight. I do not see Nushtulla. Well, okay, Nushtulla, if you're here, say hi. If not, then I guess not. Talio Fox. Oh, my goodness, Talio. What would you say is the most I guess you meant important charity cause because what you said was impotent. What would you say is the most important charity cause? I can't answer that question because it's different for every person. It is what is important to you. It is what you want to support. And it can change from day to day. I have causes that I support because they're important to me for personal reasons. I cannot tell you what the most important one is. Oh, Kamara Cougar, will you be going to see Detective Pikachu? I don't know. I'm not really a Pokemon fan. I still remember when they came out and were still called Pocket Monsters. Let's see, tomorrow, oh my goodness, I'm actually going to work tomorrow, assuming I'm too badly hungover. And after that, I'm going to a friend's house. We're having a party. I don't suspect I will, because I'm busy tomorrow. I'm working Monday through Thursday, and then Thursday I'm heading over to England for Confuzzled, so I don't think I'll have the time. Cam Long, have you heard of a higher call? I don't know. I know a couple of things with a similar title. A higher calling I have heard of, but I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Dave Nebius, how did you take the death of Grumpy Cat? Grumpy Cat was an internet legend, and for those of you who don't know, Grumpy Cat has gone the way of all things. It's very, very sad, but inevitable. What cruel creator sets up the absolutely indescribable, indecipherable, mysterious bond between mankind and specific animals, and then gives those animals only 10 to 15 years? Fuck you, creator. That's what I say. Excuse me while I refill my glass. By the way, if there are any children watching, out. That was the coarse language you saw the warning about when you first logged in. Onyx Flame would like to know, what's my favorite toasted or grilled sandwich? I like a tuna melt. I am a big sucker for tuna melts. Amy S., what's the wildest thing you've seen or heard of done for charity? Okay, Amy, that is a very loaded question. A lot of wild things have been done for charity. I know a certain barrister is going to be getting his ass tattooed. A certain chemist had to wear a mohawk, and he did. Something that I had blocked from my memory at a charity auction at a convention years and years ago, someone at the hotel had found a cockroach in their room. And they presented this massive cockroach to me, calling it Uncle Kage's love child at the charity auction. And there's this giant cockroach. And someone in the audience said, how much for Kage to kiss the baby? And people started shouting out bids. And a lot of money was raised. And I'm a man of my word. I puckered up and I kissed that little son of a bitch. And then I excused myself and ran backstage, and a lot of shit is done for charity. I remember I don't remember. At Eurofurence about 5 years ago, I set up, I thought it would be cute, a little funny thing. Because funny, that's good for charity, right? That sells. I set up a little booth, and I made a sign that said, I will drink stuff, €5. And that was the thing. People came in, they put €5 in the can, I'd take a sip. That was it. Next, 5 more euros. I took a sip. 15,000 euros later, I died. I mean, serious, I was dead. All I know is security had to take me to my room. That's all I know. I'm not going to do that again. That was actually very painful. Oh boy. Unexplained, what I like in the tuna melt. Tuna and melt. Preferably Swiss cheese, though. I don't like onion, really, so I don't know. Richelieu, there was also the Speedo in EF. Yes, there was the Speedo in EF. Anyway. Oh, Morningstar, Asmar. Thank you for coming, Morningstar. Cam Long, a higher call. Are you sure it wasn't a higher calling? A book about a heavily damaged B-17 being escorted to safety by an ME-109. That's a Messerschmitt 109. Cam Long, I've not read that book, but I want to. That is definitely relevant to my interests. War is a terrible thing. There never was a good war. But during war, there are sometimes good actions. There are sometimes people who interject humanity into the midst of that great inhumanity. That's something Paul told me. He parachuted out of that burning B-17. He landed, plowed up the farmer's field for about 50 feet with his face, and when he stood up, he was shot up, he was bleeding all over. He saw that 109. I'm sorry, not a 109. It was a Focke-Wulf. Paul always called them the Focke-Wulfs. It was a Focke-Wulf. It was coming down at treetop level, and Paul said, I didn't know what to do. I just done this. And the pilot, he just wagged his wings like this, then he took off. Chivalry. I guess that's what you call it. Okay, you're an airman, I'm an airman. I won this round. God bless you. Let's see. Liam says, when doing a I will drink for charity, perhaps drink from a pipette so you only have 1 ml of wine at a time. Well, 15,000 mils later is a hell of a big bottle. Sorvaganoman says, Chen needs to wear the Speedo again. Chen will be here in 2 weeks. That might happen. See, he looks good in a Speedo. My Speedo days are long behind me. Oh, Unexplained. I really enjoyed one of your older story hours you shared with the Patreons the other month, the French turnstile story. Gigard, are you still here? Les Tourniquets Mangeurs d'Hommes de Paris. The Man-Eating Turnstiles of Paris. Uncle Kage story hour from 2002. My first trip to France got me an entire story hour's worth of material. I shared that with my Patreon patrons. If you'd like to share it too, well, you know where this is going. Let's see. Gavin would like to know, I ever had a tuna melt on a bagel? I probably have. Gigard, a good movie is Horse War. I have seen that, Gigard. It is very sad. And yes, the Christmas truce of 1914. As I said, war is an awful thing. Hopefully someday mankind, if we survive that long, will evolve past the need for it. And it's all too rare that in the course of combat that somebody does something decent. People talk about the Christmas truce. There are many, many stories about that. Some are apocryphal. Some people even question if it actually happened. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to have happened. It was the thought of it that really counts. Christmas time, when you've got a majority Christian nation fighting a majority Christian nation, and at Christmas time, the men at the front lines stop and go out and become friends. something folks don't pay attention to, none of those men were useful as a fighting unit after that. Because when you've gone out and shaken hands and played football and shared wine and stories and sang with the enemy, the next day you can't shoot at him. The next day the shooting was going on. They were shooting at trees, they were shooting into the ground, they're shooting into the air. Their commanders had to pull them off the front line because they were no good as soldiers anymore. I think we need more Christmas truces. Charcoal. What kind of wine do you recommend for a date? I could tell you what wine I like. Riesling, German, Mosel Valley, Cabernet Vintage, no older than 3 years. But that's just me. Unexplained would like to know, have you ever had a baked bean and cheese toastly? It sounds like something you would buy at Tesco. I have not had such a thing. Mio says, the funniest thing I did at EF was when I sang a song while riding a dragon. I did. Moving right along. Chelio Fox. Hi. Yes, exactly. Oh, Furry Trainer. How do you feel about MASH? MASH, Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. An outstanding series. Classic TV series. You young kids, if you don't know about MASH, you should go and look it up. A comedy series about the Korean War. On the surface, that's what it was. But it was actually a very, very biting indictment of the Vietnam War, which was going on pretty much at the same time. MASH was a very, very good comedic, lighthearted look into the inhumanity of war. I hope I get a chance to meet Alan Alda. He's very old now, but he is one of the people I would like to shake his hand. Because MASH, I think, did a lot to educate the American public about what war is really like. Oh, Bossasaur is here. Hi, Bossasaur, and hi from the Pittsburgh Fur Bowl. Bossasaur, tell everybody at the Fur Bowl I says hello. Okay. And for those of you who are not familiar with MASH, I'm not going to give it away. There's a lot of people with different opinions of the last episode of MASH. But the last episode of MASH hit very, very hard. I'm just going to leave it at that. There was one episode of MASH that they did. The entire episode was about the dreams that the staff... Okay, kids, you don't know what we're talking about. MASH, MASH, it's an acronym. Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. It started out as a movie, I think in the late 60s, early 70s, became a TV series. And it was a very, very long-running TV series, and it was about the Korean War. And yes, it was funny. But as funny as it was, there was the constant undercurrent of there is a war going on and it's a terrible thing. There was one episode where they basically were just looking at the dreams that the staff were having. That was a powerful episode. It sticks with me. We had the head nurse, Hot Lips Houlihan. Yeah, that's what they called her, Hot Lips. You can't do that today. But in her dream, she was a blushing bride on her wedding day. And here she is in a nice wedding dress, And it's her wedding day, and her father's going to give her away, and she's getting ready to walk down the aisle, and she's sitting with somebody, and she's holding that person's hand, and she looks over, and her hand is covered with blood. And the person next to her is a wounded soldier, and she looks down, and her white wedding dress is saturated with blood. Then she wakes up. We had one of the most famous characters, Father Mulcahy. In his dream, he was Pope. He is elected Pope of the Catholic Church because he is a Catholic. What do you call it? Catholic guy. Help me out here. Chaplain. Thank you very much. Catholic chaplain for the unit, and in his dream, he's Pope. And he's going up to give the Easter homily, and he walks up under a big crucifix where you see the legs and feet of the crucified Jesus, and he starts to read from the Bible, and drops of blood start hitting the Bible. And the camera pans back, and it's no longer crucified Jesus, it's a crucified soldier. And then he wakes up. Guys, if you're not familiar with MASH, bring it up, binge watch it. It's something this generation needs to appreciate. That's getting a little heavy. Let's change the subject here. Somebody says there's a drop down on YouTube for that. I'm not going to look back to see what we're talking about. If Kamara Cougar, one of the favorite quotes from MASH, when Hot Lips, Houlihan, says to Pierce, "Isn't that Frank's bag?" and he replies, "I thought you were Frank's bag." Hawkeye Pierce was sort of a personification of Groucho Marx. That was the kind of delivery he had. Person says the mainstay of every single one of the MASH character roster. They all have their quirks and foibles, but they all do their best. Okay, all you MASH fans, you're going to tear up when I remind you when Radar walks in to the operating room without a mask. Somebody says, "Radar, put on a mask." And he says, "I have a message." Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake's plane, and I'm going to leave it at that because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Onyx Flame says, "When I'm confuzzled, I can find a local cafe to do a toasty, tuna, melty, toasty. I'll just find a Tesco. I'm sure they can do it." Mio Van Me says, "MASH or Hogan's Heroes?" MASH because it was a little more in-depth. Hogan's Heroes predated MASH. Hogan's Heroes was the first kind of cerebral treatment of World War II. There was a lot of subtlety to Hogan's Heroes that folks may not realize. First off, having known a POW from World War II, he told me that his experience in Stalag 17 was a little closer to Hogan's Heroes than it was to anything else. But little tiny subtle details in Hogan's Heroes. Many people know the character of Sergeant Schultz, the lovable Sergeant Schultz. There was an interview with Jon Banner, who was the actor who played Sergeant Schultz. First off, he was Jewish. Most of the Germans in that series were Jewish. Major Hochstetter was Jewish. Werner Klemperer, Colonel Klink, was Jewish. These were Jewish actors asked to play these roles. Werner Klemperer did not want the role of Colonel Klink because it upset him to be a prison camp commandant as a Jew who had escaped the Nazis. The only way he agreed to do the series was it was actually in his contract. Colonel Klink must never win. None of his schemes must ever come to fruition. Jon Banner once did an interview with TV Guide. You kids don't know what TV Guide is, do you? Look it up. And someone asked him, what was it like, as a Jew, to play the role? And he said, well, who better to play this role than us Jews? We were there. We saw it up close. And someone said, does it upset you that you're playing a Nazi? And he got his back up. He said, oh no, Schultz is not a Nazi. I consider that Schultz is the personification of everything good that exists in every generation. And I think that's true of Sergeant Schultz. Charcoal says, I think we all need emergency therapy pit bulls. Yes, we do. I wish I had a pit bull right now. This big slobbery hound jumping up and me going, yeah, lem, 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 lem. Yes, I love you too. Layla Cookie, do you have a favorite cake or candy? That's very, very difficult, Cookie. I am a sugar addict and I am a chocoholic. Proper German chocolate, I cannot say no to. My favorite cake, I am weak when it comes to carrot cake. Anything with cream cheese icing. Maybe it's because I'm a native Philadelphian. I cannot resist cream cheese icing. Fowl in Blackpool. I'm watching from a bus stop right now, waiting to go home. Well, thank you for taking the time, Fallon. You're going to crack open a bottle of Merlot and grill these T-bones. Well, thank you for joining us. Bon appetit. I hope that while you're grilling, you'll continue to watch. Kronos, do you happen to know what polo is? I mean the one with the horses. Yes, of course I know what polo is. When I was young, I briefly became interested in water polo, but then I watched those poor horses drown. I've not been able to watch it ever since. Onyx Flame says, I never had a lint bunny. Are you talking about Caraway? Caraway, you still here? I have been to the Lindt chocolate factory in Cologne, in Köln, in Germany. They've been making chocolate since before my dear parents were born. They know what they're doing. I toured the chocolate factory in Cologne, and at the end, they had a chocolate fountain behind a rope and stanchion, and a nice lady with the white lab-looking stuff. She had these little vanilla wafer cookies, and she was dipping them in the chocolate fountain, and she was handing them to each visitor. You would get in line, and you would get a little vanilla wafer with this fresh liquid chocolate on it. Well, that was just amazing. So I got in line, I ran back, and I took off my hat and my glasses and my coat. And I went back through, and I got another wafer. And then I went back in, I took off my tie and put the hat back on. And I went through, and she was kind of looking at me. And she handed me. And I went back through, and I put the tie back on and put the coat back on, but not without the hat. And I went back, and this time she was looking at me like, that's as far as I got. Oh, M.M. Kenny is drinking the same Zinfandel I am boxing all. Cardbordeaux. Well, God bless you, M.M. Kenny. Franzia White Zinfandel. This portion of the Winestream is brought to you by Franzia White Zinfandel in the giant box with the spigot in the bottom. Bonk. Let's see. Silver Gautamon. What if the new MCFC hotel's water feature was a chocolate fountain? Oh boy, okay. Silver Gautamon is talking about something somebody thought was a good idea. At Motor City FurCon, in the lobby of their new hotel, they have a giant, it looks like a big martini glass that's a water fountain.
it's easily 8 feet across, and the water kind of cascades off the sides. Somebody thought this was a good idea because there's furries going by this thing. It was 10 minutes before they had to sign it, caution, wet floor, because furries were splashing through. What if it was a chocolate fountain? I would put on my Speedo and I would go swimming. That's the answer to your question. Layla Cookie says, "Sure, a sugar lover. I am addicted to sugar. Some people say I'm an alcoholic. I can stop drinking alcohol. I can't stop with sugar. I'm trying to lose weight. From about a year ago, I've actually lost a little more than 20 pounds. I hope it shows. But that last 5 pounds just won't go away because chocolate exists." People are talking. While you're talking, I'm going to have another sip. And this is probably a good time for me to recognize the people who make this Winestream possible. The amazing Patreon patrons who actually give me money to do this shit. You got more money than sense, folks. But hey, it's your dollar, and I'm very, very grateful you send it to me. It lets me buy these giant boxes of wine, and it lets me do such things as fly amazing people like Qian Long, who will be here in 2 weeks, and Crash Azarel, all the way up from Brazil, who will be here in 6 weeks or thereabout. So, the Patreon patrons are Silver the Viking, Furry Trainer, Wadis the Dragon, Tuzzy, Tal, Supergatamon, Silent Dawn, Sans, Mama T, Kaisis, Dario, Jack of the Circle, Bird of the Scottish Griffin, Akuno, Blackthorn, Yakisoba, Wolf, Velta, Ash, Viju, Libra, The Dragon Show, hi guys, Six Ocelot, Road, Angry Deer, Q, The Dane, Pergo, Mutter Wolf, Merlin, Scorch, McLovin, Maine, Maximus, Coyotox, Martin, Spongenberg, Mahogany Pearl, Caraway, there's Caraway, the Imaginary Bunny, Arrow Duel, Dunkel, Pfote, Droll, Dawn Best, David Hunter, Siku, Botunos, Blackfoot, Ferret, Billy Sheridan, T, Blue Fox, and Onyx Flame. Thank you all so very, very much for your support and your idiocy of giving me money to do this crap. Amy, I just noticed Amy says, "This is so comical it needs to be drawn. Speedo, swimming, giant martini glass, licking chocolate off your judges." If you were a Patreon patron and asked for that, some of the Patreon patrons get drawings done, which will be done very, very shortly, maybe as soon as this class is empty. Serendipity says, "Crash is going to be in North Carolina." Yes, Serendipity, after Anthrocon, Crash Azarel is coming to visit me here in North Carolina. He's staying for a week. The Saturday after Anthrocon, we're going to be doing a stream here together. So I need to brush up on my Portuguese. Let's see. Onyx Flame is asking Caraway, "Are you filled with caramel like the classic Cadbury's bunny?" Onyx Flame, you don't want to know what Caraway is filled with. Oh, Gigard is going to bed. Bonne nuit, mon ami, et merci. It is good night, my friend, and thank you. Okay, yes, people are talking about it. Now we have to ask, is Caraway a cream-filled bunny? I hear tell he... never mind. Let's keep moving on. Serendipity says, "Bring him to Genki, please." I don't know if I can. Those of you who are native to North Carolina, I am arranging with my favorite little sushi restaurant in Wilmington, North Carolina, to do a professional sake tasting at their restaurant. We're still trying to work out a date. We're looking at maybe June 17th. If not June 17th, then some date after Anthrocon. But at some point, I will be doing a full
professional level sake tasting at Genki Sushi in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I will certainly tell all of you where and when it will be. Charcoal says, donate $1,000. Uncle Kage will be your best friend. Actually, I believe I've got a Patreon level of $1,000. At $1,000, I'll come visit you, for God's sake. I might as well. Furry Trainer says, will it be streamed? This tasting, I don't know if we'll be able to stream it, Furry Trainer, but I might be able to record it. Okay, people talking, blah, blah, talk. Dave Nevius, somebody actually Patreon 1,000. Okay, Dave Nevius, somebody did Patreon 1,000, but then before the end of the month, they canceled the pledge, which is dirty pool. Morningstar says, will you ever visit Minnesota? Possibly, Morningstar. I've been to Minnesota before. If a convention starts up there and would like to invite me, I would go. There is a well-known writer in furry fandom. I know him by another name, but you guys know him as Kyle Gold. Kyle used to live in Minnesota, and I visited him a number of times. He had a fake license plate on the door of his flat. It looked like an actual Minnesota license plate, but the slogan, you know, states all have their slogans on it. This license plate, the slogan said, Minnesota, a cold gray place to die. Yeah. Onyx Flame says it'll cost more than $1,000 to get to me. Well, Onyx Flame, I'll be at Eurofurence, so we'll meet halfway. Gummy Bjorn says, yes, caraway is cream-filled. Gummy Bjorn, how do you know this information? Baron Saber, what will happen if somebody donates $10,000? We'll talk. Fallon Blackwolf says there's a convention there, but they clearly haven't invited you. That is true. They have not. Asher Dragoon, will you be returning to Furryality this year? Yes, Furryality has invited me, so I will be at Furryality in Ohio this year. I've not done the Cadbury's tour in Bournville, UK, as I've been asked. Silver Godamon says it's Furry Migration in Minnesota. Furry Migration has never contacted me to attend. Oh, well. Dave Nevius says, one day I'm going to Patreon you $1,000 and get you at my place. More power to you, Dave. Give it a try. Oh, yes, Sasha Whiteford tells us they have had a fur con in Antarctica. Okay, it was a fur meet. It wasn't a convention. But a group of furries did travel to Antarctica and in fursuit had their picture taken at the magnetic South Pole. That's us, guys. Okay. Omio Van Mi is talking about if you plan on spitting the sake, Kage will hand you a sword to do seppuku. There are a daisho sitting up here. You want to spit sake out? I will hand you a... Yes, I will expect you to save face. Okay. But people, talk. I'm going to drink while you're talking. Oh, maybe if I put my glasses on, I'd be able to see what you guys are saying, because all I see is... Nah, I don't need to see what you're saying, right? Yeah, serendipity. The one place on the planet you won't sweat to death in a fursuit. Minnesota. Exactly. Wadius says, so if pay enough, I can get Kage to Furway. If you mean a convention in Norway, okay, if you want me to go to a particular convention, I really would prefer that the convention itself invite me. Without going into detail, there have been circumstances in the past where people have tried to force a convention who didn't want to invite me. It doesn't work. The convention has to want me there. I'm sorry. Oh, pardon me. It's a real stream now. Commander Cougar, has anybody worked out how many calories are burnt while fursuiting in a full suit? It would depend. But the answer is no. I don't think anybody's worked that out. There's a lot of variables. Your weight, how much heat the suit... Yappy Fox probably burns 1,000 calories an hour. Let's see. Gumi Bjorn says, have you discussed doing a live stream at this year's EF with BBF? I have not, Gumi Bjorn. Now, Onyx Flame asks, are there any foods you're looking forward to at Confuzzle? No. Onyx Flame, I admire the British culture, but your cooking sucks. I intend to go to an Indian restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not looking forward to any food at Confuzzled. How the British people have managed to stay even close to nutriated with what they cook. Oh my goodness. Charcoal, you ever shoot a sawed-off shotgun? I've shot a shotgun, but not a sawed-off shotgun. Gummy Bjorn, want me to set something up for a live stream at EF? Gummy Bjorn, if EF is cool with it, and BBF is cool with it, and I'm given enough incentive, I'm happy to do it. Oh, okay. By the way, Gumi Bjorn is mentioning a convention. We're not going to go there. Some well-meaning folks tried to start a convention on the Scandinavian peninsula. It didn't really work out. They brought me out. I think I bankrupted them because bringing Uncle Kage from the U.S. costs a lot of money. They meant well, but they were really in over their heads. So we're just going to leave it at that. Samson the Cat Fox. Kage, how is the hairline? It's maintaining. By the way, people say, Uncle Kage is losing his hair. Actually, okay, this spot here, I need to get real close. There is hair here. The problem is, it's all white. So that's the problem. When I have my head shorn, this all of the hair that's white just kind of shows up clear. But I do not want to grow my hair out because my hair is extremely thick and extremely unruly. And over the past 18 years, I've gotten used to just being able to wash my hair and brush a towel over it and be finished and not have to worry about a bad hair day. Let's see. What the hell? Morningstar says, bald, bald, bald. I'm not bald. Look at all. I got all this hair. It's just the clear patches. That's where it's coming in white. I have given some consideration to just letting it go, getting the Albert Einstein hair and the giant Karl Marx beard and crap like that. But that's so hard to take care of. Creamsicle, the bad dragon guru. Can you tell me I'm a good girl? I don't know that for a fact, but if you would like me to, I will say you're a good girl. Okay. Talio Fox, how much would we need donating an auction for you to grow an afro? I can't grow an afro. My hair here will not grow an afro. my beard comes in very tightly curled like an afro. So yeah, $25,000, I'll let my beard grow out, and it will be a kinky curly afro, and I will look like a calico cat because my beard comes in brown here, red on my chin, and blonde under my nose. That's how it works. Rishery is going to bed. Good night, Rishery. Thank you for coming by. I'll see you at Confuzzled, I hope. Barracuda, ever dye your hair in real life? I have never dyed my hair. Kamara Cougar, you do realize they will end up in a museum. Okay, Kamara Cougar, $25,000 is way... It's not going to happen. The reason I threw out $25,000 is it's a safe amount. So no, I'm not worried about it. Let's see. Myrta Edenflower, under your nose is not a beard, that's a mustache. Okay, it is a mustache, but if I do this, beard. Okay, that's a beard. That's how it works. Yep. Mio, I just imagine you as an Amish. Actually, when I do grow my beard, because my mustache comes in light blonde, I do look like an Amish man because all the colors down here. Kota Wolf, just east of Greenville. North Carolina. Very happy to host a stream if Kage would like to come this way. It's not out of the question, Kota. Perhaps we shall talk someday. Fallon Black Wolf is catching the bus. I shall see you soon, Fallon, I hope. Charco, what do we need to do to get to a hillbilly bonfire in backwoods New York? I don't know. Camlong, are you familiar with Cody's Lab? Actually, no, Camlong, I don't know at all what that is. Onyx Flame, would you ever use a spray-in hair dye where it washes out after one shower? I really don't know, Onyx Flame. I've never given any consideration to it. I don't know if I would. By the way, I just got my hair cut this morning. Mr. Cable, who is my barber, who is retiring, sad thing. He was actually going over and he was joking, saying, I'm only going to cut the gray ones. It doesn't work that way. Ro Wendigo, have you ever been to Portsmouth in the UK? Specifically where the HMS Victory and the Mary Rose are. Let's see. The closest I have come, Ro, I've been to Southampton, but I've not been to Portsmouth. HMS Victory, for those of you who don't know your history, that was Lord Admiral Nelson's vessel. It was instrumental in the victory, appropriately named, at the Battle of Trafalgar. I would very, very much like to visit HMS Victory, but that would require free time, which I have very little of. Bruso, ever considered growing a mullet? No! Although one might argue in my youth I had one. When I was a teenager, my hair actually grew down to my shoulders. But that was when I was a teenager. That was the 1970s. You're not going to see it again. That was when the collar of my shirt came out to here as well. Those pictures do not exist except in my mother's photo album, and she knows better than to pull those pictures out. So don't even ask her. Oh, Morningstar would like to know, would ever get a reverse mohawk? No, that would look silly. Liam, have you ever been to either the Science Museum or the Natural History Museum in London? Actually, no. Liam, I visited London a couple of times, but I did not visit the Natural History Museum. I did not visit the Science Museum. What I did visit was the War Cabinet Rooms, because this is relevant to my interests. The War Cabinet Rooms, where Mr. Churchill and the cabinet conducted the defense of the Battle of Britain. I had visited there. And it was sort of interesting because they have gentlemen wearing period uniforms. And of course, I tend to wear a bowler and my overcoat, and we kind of played a little bit together. I saw Mr. Churchill's private loo, which is not a loo. Everybody thought it was a bathroom, but it wasn't. It was a phone booth with a direct connection to the White House in Washington, D.C. Look that up. Charcoal says, my beard is down to my chest and is every shade of blonde. That sounds very sexy, Charcoal. My glass is empty. Fortunately, I can refill it, and I'm going to. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can or not. Cardbordeaux. Now, at some point, I should be doing the artwork for my Patreon patrons. Those of you who donate a sufficient amount of money every month, I don't know why, are given the opportunity to ask me to draw something. And that, too, is something I don't understand, because it pretty much is a given. You can ask me to draw something, but I'm going to draw what I want. It doesn't matter what you ask for. I don't care. And even if I draw what I want, it's not going to look like what I want. It's not going to look like what you wanted. But people give me money anyway. God bless capitalism, okay? Oh, Samson the Cat Fox. I'm starting a new job soon and need to write a resignation letter for my current job. Any advice? Oh, my God. Okay, Samson. Yes, I have advice for you. As much as it would be satisfying to write something to the effect of, take this job and shove it, don't. You never want to burn the bridges, because you never know when you're going to have to go back. I don't know your circumstance. Make your resignation letter very short. You don't have to explain anything. To Human Resources, please be advised that I will be terminating my employment voluntarily with company as of this date. That's all you need to say in writing. Don't say anything else. Just trust me on that, okay? I will be terminating my employment with company as of this date. You will thank me in 30 years. Believe me. Let's see. Oh, Sully says, sounded like your box was taking a leak. Well, it kind of was with its little spigot down here. Isn't that cute little spigot it's got there? Okay. Liam says, north of London, there's a town called Enfield, where they used to make the Enfield rifles. I'm familiar with the Enfield repeating rifle in the Royal Small Arms Factory. It was also the location of the world's first ATM. Well, I was not aware of that. But I am familiar with the Enfield repeating rifle, and I know that because in the American Civil War, there was what they called the Peninsular Campaign. The Union decided it was going to come down here to North Carolina and land a bunch of troops on the North Carolina shore and essentially invade the South. But this was thought up by people who had never been to North Carolina. Among the regiments were the 51st Pennsylvania Volunteers, my old hometown regiment from Norristown. They landed on the shore of North Carolina and were faced with about 30 miles of swamp before you came to even a cabin in the woods.
Plus, offshore of North Carolina is what we call the graveyard of the Atlantic. Very, very treacherous, shifting shoals, currents. One of these supply ships, which had some of the brand new Enfield repeating rifles, foundered. So when the Union troops landed, they had nothing but old smoothbore muskets, and they then had to slog inland quite a long distance through nothing but mud and mire. A very, very poorly planned sort of campaign. Morning Star. As far as I know, fine. Onyx Flame says, what jams or jellies do you like? As I'll bring you some jam-filled Welsh cakes. Well, any fruit jam or any fruit jelly is good. Something distinctly British would be good. We can get all sorts of fruits here, but if there's something that you can get in Britain you can't get here, I don't know. What would be distinctly British? It's Marmite marmalade. I don't know. Charcoal says, where do I find Tusk? I want to watch it. No. Okay, I'm serious. All kidding aside, Charcoal, no, you don't want to watch it. It's a very, very upsetting film. I do not recommend it. Bruzo says, I think you should sign up for Jeopardy. No, we've already had a furry champion in Jeopardy, and I could not hold a candle to him. Gummibjorn says, Gummibjorn says, these are the only pictures the young Uncle Kage will make public, but I can't click on it because the stream will freeze, so I don't know what Gummibjorn is posting, so somebody's going to have to tell me. Oh, yes, black currant. We don't get black currant over here. We have boysenberry, we have blackberry, but black currant is not something you can get here, so yes, I would say black currant is good flavor to try. Let's see. Let's see. And people are still talking about Tusk. Oh my goodness. It was a very upsetting film. Yes, okay. Tusk is up there with the Human Centipede. It's not entertainment. It's a gross out. Okay. Yes. Total downer double feature. Tusk and the Human Centipede in one evening. Similar to an evening Kyle Gold was visiting me when I was living in Arkansas, we thought that a good evening of entertainment would be a double feature, Schindler's List and Philadelphia. By the end of the evening, we just wanted to hang ourselves. Oh my goodness. And yes, Sarah Skirata, if anybody does bring you Marmite, I've tried Marmite, I've tried Vegemite. Yes, no more than a few atoms thick. I learned that lesson. And Teleo Fox, Uncle Kage, you holding a green, what looks like plastic. Oh, my fishing expedition. Yeah, that's the picture of me. It was at my sister's house. I'm wearing my Red Cross hat, and I had caught my first largemouth bass. So I'm sure that's the picture you're talking about. It's my bass, my trophy bass I'm holding there. Yeah. And Sasha White for Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. The Killer Tomatoes, okay, that was a cool film, cool series, because they made a sequel to it. What amazing lyrics. I know that I'm going to miss her. A tomato ate my sister. Yes, you need to see Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Dave Nevius says, young Uncle Kage was ugly. Well, Dave Nevius, fuck you. Thank you very much. Atkilar. Oh, Atkilar. Hello. Hello, Atkilar. I did not know you were here. Mein Freund. I tried a movie night once. Enemy of the State and Gattaca. You'll start questioning your existence with those two. Morningstar says, have you seen all the Human Centipede movies? Yes, but I was drunk off my ass and I do not remember them. We're going to keep it that way. Baron Sable, Toxic Avenger. Also a gross out film, but it was pretty well done. Camara Cougar, I did not make that tomato song up. That is the theme song from Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And Mike Fox say, yes, I've seen Kung Fu Hustle. Oh, and Kronos, my thoughts on Top Gun. Well, remember, Top Gun came out. I was already an adult when that came out. It was a good film for its day, but it's a little bit dated because the politics have changed. Actually, the politics seem to have come full circle in that, haven't they? Charcoal, what's a good horror movie that gives us nightmares? A good horror movie that gives us nightmares. What horror movie has given me nightmares other than Tusk? Oh, goodness me. Alien. The original Alien film. Because that is how to do a scary movie. Alien was essentially a remake of a 1950s film called, I believe, It Came from Outer Space. The same concept. A exploration vessel visits a foreign planet and something stows away aboard it. Both films use the same very, very psychological technique. You never saw the horrible snollygogger clearly. No clear full frontal picture. It was always in shadow, always in half light, always a quick clip. Because your Hollywood makeup artists can work for 1,000 years to come up with the scariest design, but they will never come up with a design scarier than what your mind will fill in given just a quick glimpse. People are talking about the thing from another world. Onyx Flame got slapped across the face with a wet lettuce leaf. Oh, Morningstar. The Grudge. Thank you very much. Yes, Morningstar, The Grudge scared me. I saw The Grudge with my friend Gideon. You might know Gideon. He's a furry artist. Gideon and I went to see The Grudge in a theater. The American version. Not Ju-on, but The Grudge. We were a little annoyed because it was filled with giggling teenagers, high school kids, early college kids, and we thought this is going to ruin it. The first 5 minutes of the film, the theater was loud and noisy and whispering and talking and giggling. But 5 minutes into The Grudge, the theater was dead silent. No one made a sound. The Grudge was that effective, that powerful, that scary, it even shut up these screaming meanies. Tyro, have you ever read stuff from H.P. Lovecraft? I could probably quote stuff from H.P. Lovecraft, Tyro. I read Lovecraft voraciously, and some people have indicated that my writing style is reminiscent of Lovecraft. Layla Cookie, do you have a favorite cheese? Swiss or Jarlsberg, which is basically Swiss. I like Swiss cheese. Let's see. Chrono says, seen Pet Cemetery. Yes. I've seen the original and I've seen the remake. The remake left something to be desired. The original had Fred Gwynn. You can't go wrong with Herman Munster, okay? Caraway says, am I terrible for hating Lovecraft? Well, it depends, Caraway. Why do you hate Lovecraft? I'm curious. Pergo Pixel, you ever seen the Saw movies? I saw the first one and that was enough. Everything else was just a knockoff. How can we gross out the audience more? The original Saw was very clever. Everything else was just derivative. Charcoal says, Uncle Kage, you ever seen it? Do you mean you ever seen it? If you mean the Stephen King film It, I saw both, the original and the remake. Honestly, I liked the remake just because the actor they got to play Pennywise was extremely effective. I didn't think anybody could do as well as Tim Curry as Pennywise, but the fellow they got was very, very good. Layla Cookie, you're a cat or a dog person? I'm a dog person, Layla. I like cats. I interact with cats. I have a 10% timeshare in the neighbor's cat. But I grew up with dogs. My best friend from the age of 3 months on to my 15th year was my dog. I read all the stories of Albert Payson Terhune, which you've heard about up there. Yes, I am a dog person. I have read The Way of a Dog, The Heart of a Dog. I speak dog. So yes. Oh boy, what else is going on here? Undertaker said, you ever seen a movie called Wheels of Terror? Well, Undertaker, no, I have not. I'm not familiar with that. Kronos says, how do you feel about most evil characters being played by British UK actors? That is a phenomenon that is commonly well known. In American cinema, you want a villain, give him a British accent. Brits make amazing villains. Why? Because the British accent equates with suave. It equates with intellect. It equates with sexy! I'm sorry, it does. Yes, there's YouTube videos about this. Every villain out there is British. Okay, if a villain comes in and says, hi, y'all. I'm an evil villain here. No way, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die. It doesn't work. No. Layla Cookie says, when will you draw? When this is done and after I've had a pee. Okay? Mike Foxy, thoughts on The Fly? The original or the remake? The original was very disturbing. The remake was great, but they concentrated too much on visual frights. Oh, Boozy's back. Does Tianlong know of your disdain for kitties? Boozy, Tianlong is not a kitty. Repeat after me. Tianlong is an honorable celestial dragon. He is not a kitty. Charcoal, what's your favorite black and white horror movie? Charcoal, there's thousands of them. However, I grew up watching the old black and white horror films. What is my absolute favorite? Well, the original Godzilla, of course. I'm a kaiju lover. But there was a B-movie that scared the living shit out of me when I was a boy. It's definitely a, not A-list film. The Monster of Piedras Blancas. You can look it up. The Monster of Piedras Blancas. Because, oh boy, how do I explain it without giving away spoilers? That film was ahead of its time because a lot of old 1950s tropes, this film slapped you across the face. All right, spoiler alert! The Monster of Piedras Blancas, spoiler alert! A scene where, oh, gee, a bunch of headless bodies have been found. The only witness is a little boy. But nobody believes the little boy. And they're all gathered at the scene of the most recent killing. And the little boy is saying, but it was a monster, honest. And people are saying, oh, isn't that cute? All right, let's look for clues. Let's start in the freezer. They open the freezer and the fucking monster walks out holding two heads in its hand! I was hooked at that point. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Oh, Camaro Cougar, anything by Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock was a master. And the only person who was a better Hitchcock than Hitchcock was the movie Hitchcock. And those of you who have seen it know what I'm talking about. Just go see it, okay? Have I seen a movie called Cannibal Holocaust Undertaker? It sounds a little too over the top for me. I've not seen it. Okay, Baron Sable. All right, here we go. Blackula. A blaxploitation film from the 70s. A bunch of friends and I watched Blackula as a curiosity, as a historical element. Gee, a black Dracula. It was very, very definitely what we call blaxploitation. Let's just, throw a bunch of African-American actors in here just to do it. And, oh, isn't it cute they're black? That was a very 70s thing. The thing about Blackula is it was actually a very good film. The plot was intense. It was in depth. It was subtle. The character of Blackula was very sympathetic. It was probably the kind of story that Bram Stoker himself would have written. So Blackula is an exquisite film, but it has been relegated to the ashcan of history as blaxploitation, which is a shame because I very much enjoyed it. Liam says, which British accent do you like the most? Well, the British one, of course. The one you hear in Monty Python. Onyx Flame, I need your favorite swear word to shout just as I've sewn my corset to my arm. My favorite swear word. Heave-ho, belly, bum, drawers. That's very British. Go ahead, try that one. Furry Trainer, do you like any musicals? Of course, dear. Chicago. I love Chicago. I love to perform in Chicago. I had performed in musicals on stage as a student many, many years ago. I've performed in Gypsy. I performed in Funny Girl. But Chicago is amazing. If I had a slightly better voice, I would absolutely love to play the role of the lawyer, hi Boozy, in Chicago. And my little tiny
wet dream is to perform in Sweeney Todd in the role of Judge Turpin. I think I could do that. Again, I need to train my voice, but before I die, I could die happy if I can say I performed Judge Turpin in Sweeney Todd. Mio Van Me is talking about, I like the first Nosferatu without Klaus Kinski. You're talking about Max Schreck, 1922. Murnau's Nosferatu. One of the best treatments of the Dracula story, but they couldn't call it Dracula because there were copyright issues then. They didn't have the rights. Stoker wouldn't sell them the rights. So Murnau, F.W. Murnau, had to make this film. He had to change the name from Dracula to Orlok, had to change the location from England to Bremen in Germany, and of course we had to call it Nosferatu. Oh, Catalina Dubois. Oh, I finally made it to Winestream for the first time. I've never heard you drop the F-bomb before. My life's complete now. Well, I am so fucking glad to make your life complete, Katrina. This is after... Somebody count the number of glasses. I don't know. But thank you very much for coming tonight. Let's see. Camaro Cougar. When I meet you, I must show you my amazing Sean Connery impression. Okay, Camaro, I would be mildly impressed by a Sean Connery impression, but if you could do a Sean Connery as Draco impression, then I will be impressed. Charcoal, if you saw Freddy Krueger, what you would do? I would ask for an autograph. He's an 80s icon. Let's see. Yeah, somebody count the amount of glasses. I lost. I'm not counting. Somebody do that for me, okay? Oh, wait a minute. Onyx Flame, I have very little feeling in my left arm / hand, so I can't feel the needle. Onyx Flame, I'm very, very curious. How did this come about? Boozy, are you still here? Are you through with your barbecuing? I need to know. Gummibjorn says, weigh the box. Yeah, about that much. Clayton George, favorite Universal horror, Septimus Pretorius from Bride of Frankenstein. I'd be proud to share a wine with him down in the crypt. Yes, the character Pretorius in Bride of Frankenstein from the old Universal series. Kronos, my thoughts on chemical engineers, they're chemists light. Oh, Eddie the Weather Fox is going to toddle off to do some grilling. And he's going to make some hamburgers. Okay, Eddie, do this. Take your hamburger, throw it, a pound of hamburger, throw in about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 packet of Lipton onion soup. And if you have tiger sauce, add about half a teaspoon of that. Mash it all together. Then you want to use a lean cut of ground beef, at least 90% lean. Those are called Hamburger au Sam. Give that a try. I think you'll like it. And Amy says, does anybody remember the Crypt Keeper? The Crypt Keeper! Yes, we do remember that. Undertaker, is there a chemical you want work with? There's several, as a matter of fact, Undertaker. As a former synthetic chemist, there are a few chemicals I really didn't want to put my hands on. Cubane is one of them, even though I worked with it. I would have to go back in my archives, but I can't think of anything offhand, but there are a few things when they come up, I would say, no, I'm sorry. I'm a professional. I'm trained to deal with these, and I don't want to deal with that one. Oh, Onyx Lane tells me on my fourth glass. Okay. Set the Dutch Angel Dragon. You going to confuzzled Kage? Yes, I going to confuzzled Kage in a week. Kronos, what are halon fire extinguishers used for? Well, to put out fires. Kronos, obviously. I'm sorry. First my darling colleagues at First Science here, so very, very glad to see you. These are some of the finest scientists in the world, guys. First Science. If you could drive any car of your choice for an afternoon, which would it be? Where would you drive it? A Mercedes C-Class on the German Autobahn. I've done that before. I drove a Mercedes C-Class on the Autobahn. I got up to 200 kilometers an hour, and I thought I was hot shit. I went to the Twitters and I said, I drove on the Autobahn at 200 kilometers per hour. And it was Doko from Eurofurence, dear old friend of mine. Doko followed up with, yes, that's the speed old people drive. Gotta love Germany. Let's see. Oh, 20 thoughts. Ever watch Grave of the Fireflies? Yes, my boy, once, and I'm not going to see it again. That is a tearjerker. Tao says, you're allowed to tell your boss, no, I want your job. Right now, no. Tao, catch me at a bar sometime. I'll tell you about the time I got in my boss's face and poked my finger in his chest and called him a motherfucker. Why? Because he messed with my boy. He messed with my protege. You can mess with me, that's fine. Don't mess with my protege, okay? Amy S., what are the top 3 most annoying public misconceptions about your line of work? Were you talking about chemistry or furries? Really? I never got an answer from Boozy. Is he back or is he still grilling? My boy, are you back or are you still grilling? We want to talk law here, okay? Oh, Kronos says, Harleys are dangerous. Look up the death wobble. Mom? Are you still here? Okay. Kronos, I'm going to refer you to my mom. You want to talk motorcycles? My mother was a motorcycle guy. A motorcycle enthusiast in the 1950s. I can't talk motorcycles. My mom is a local expert on the topic. So, Mom, if you're still here, we would like to talk motorcycles offline with Kronos, okay? She preferred the English bikes. Her choice was the Norton. Oh, what else is going on here? Samson the Cat Fox. Valkyrie is a fantastic movie. Yes, it is. The story of the plot to overthrow Adolf Hitler. Let's put a bomb in the wolf's lair. An amazing piece of history. Oh, Amy says, let's go with chemistry, Uncle Kage. Okay. Misconceptions. 1, that all chemists are old. Let's move right along. That all chemists are into Breaking Bad. I never watched Breaking Bad because I'm afraid it would give me ideas. And number 3, that chemists are all geeks and losers. I'm not going to address that. Let's see. My dear and sated mom, I shall answer for her. It was a gentler time. We were not badasses. We just liked to ride. All you folks want to talk motorcycles, talk with Grandma Kage. She's the expert in the subject. I am not. And Sasha Whitefur says, the Norton. Yes! Sasha, you and my mom. Go, talk, okay? Caraway says, are all chemists into bunnies? Well, Caraway, I tried, but you said... what other questions do we have here? Why are people not saying shit? I'm going to drink some stuff, okay? All right. By the way, when this glass is done, I'm going to pee, and then we're going to get to the drawings from my Patreon patrons. I see a bunch of people asking Mom about thoughts on the Triumphs. Yeah. Caraway says, times change, darling. Meet me at the con and we'll talk. I'll be there in a week, Caraway. Here's what I remember about my dear friend Caraway. By the way, Caraway's a darling. I love the boy all to pieces. He tried to go drink for drink with me at our first convention together. It didn't work out well for him. Liam, my opinion on dioxin difluoride. I've never drunk it, so I don't really know how it tastes. Alex, if you had to pick a mammal for your sauna, what would you pick? Wolf. I love wolves. Why do I love wolves? Because I have been intimate with a wolf. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I've slept with a wolf. Years ago in Vermont, that is Vermont, I was an intern at the Vermont Institute of Natural Science. That's where Old Red and I met up. We were entertaining some visitors from Wolf Haven. I believe they're in Colorado, a wolf sanctuary. They brought 2 of their resident wolves. They brought a big black male, his name was Shaman, and a little puppy, her name was Kira. Kira was a puppy. She was a wolf puppy, a 125-pound puppy with jaws that could break my femur. Vins, Vermont Institute of Natural Science, Vins, had a old hunting cabin where the interns all stayed. We had bunk beds, a big bunk room. We gave the guests our bunks, and we all slept on the floor. Well, as we were getting ready to go to sleep, Kira, this giant puppy, she was on one of the bunks, and she was chewing on her favorite toy, which was a deer leg. And at some point, who knows how canids think? The canine mind, it can't be parsed by humans. At some point, she was chewing on her deer leg, and she stopped. And she looked at me, and she dropped her deer leg, and she jumped off the bunk. And she came up to me. I was on the floor in a sleeping bag. And she was up here. She was like a mega wolf at that point. And she's looking down, and she's got her nose. She's going sniff, 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 sniff in my face. And they're just lying there very, very still because their handler had told me, don't make sudden movements with the wolves. She's going sniff, sniff, sniff. And I'm just lying there. And then she decided I would be a good thing to sleep with. She turned around 3 times, and then her 125-pound body went thwump on top of me. And she was lying there. And I'm trying to breathe. And I tried to push her off, and when I pushed her, she went, "Argh!" Held still. And her handler said, "Oh, isn't that cute? She likes you."
I spent the entire night pinned under this 125-pound wolf puppy who snored. I will add, she snored. 4:30 the next morning, the handler woke up and took both wolves, Shaman and Kira, outside. A springtime Vermont morning, dense fog. They took the wolves outside, and through the window I heard the wolves howling out in the fog. That's a magical experience, and having experienced that, you will always have a lingering affinity for the wolf. Mio! Hello, Mio. What were your thoughts after your last colleagues told you they knew a long time about Uncle Kage? It was still shock. It was like, oh, God. When I left my last job, and I told one of my friends, I said, okay, I'm going to send you a link to a YouTube channel just for you. Don't share it around with folks, but I'm just going to send it to you. And she wrote back, oh, honey, we've known about Uncle Kage since you joined the company. Moving right along. Oh, Mr. Evers, I'm going to bring some Doctor Who cosplay stuff to EF. You're welcome to borrow some if you want it. Mr. Evers, we shall talk. Absolutely. Clayton George, I'm curious. What's the one happening that happened at FurCon that you sincerely wish people would stop asking? Okay, Clayton. I could answer your question. The problem is, if I answered your question, people would start asking me about it. So, thank you for your question. Maybe offline I'll tell you privately, but I don't want to bring it up here. Yakisoba, since getting your PhD, how many explosions have you caused? As far as I know, 4. By explosions, if you mean serious ones that have caused damage, 4. There have been smaller ones, but And Onyx Flame, yes, I did see your messages. However, I gotta pee! Talk among yourselves. I'll be right back. I gotta go. I'll be right back, okay? Yes, here I go. Yeah.
much better. It's okay. Everything came out all right. Don't worry. I'm back. Okay, I got to catch up on stuff here. I see this. Okay, I see people saying the Hotel Bandit. I really need to catch up on what the hell people are talking about. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I'll tell you what. This is probably a good time, since, as I have mentioned, we have some very, very generous Patreon patrons who give money for whatever the hell reason. And one of the things they asked me to do is to draw pictures for them. I don't know why they ask that. My mom thinks this is the most boring part of the stream. So, Mom, you can go do the laundry right now because this is the boring part. I'm sorry. But we're going to switch over to the drawing cam right now. Sorry, you have to say it right. Drawing cam. I'm clicking and clicking and clicking. So there's going to be a brief pause, as there always is. I'm going to switch over from the webcam to the drawing cam, and we're going to draw pictures for our amazing Patreon patrons. So bear with me. We're going to... I'll be right back. And here's the drawing cam. And there's my pen. And here's my glass of booze. Okay, all right. So here's the drawing cam. Now, please don't do a lot of talking and expect me to answer, because I actually can't see what the hell's going on. So I need to click over to what the hell people are asking for. Okay. The first is from Bertie the Scottish Griffin. Bertie says, Bertie on a furry cruise. So that's what we are going to draw. Why? I don't fucking know. But we're going to draw it because Bertie asked that, okay? So, right. So I'm going to go over here. I know I'm muffled. I'm sorry for being muffled. But I need to make sure that I don't go off screen. So Bertie on a furry cruise. Okay, well, we need a boat. Okay, there's a boat. All right, yay! And Bertie is on this boat, and Bertie is a griffin. Griffins have beaks like that, but they're also... They almost look like foxes, but they got bird eyes, and their nostrils are here for whatever the hell reason, and they have wings. The problem is, Bertie booked the only seat on this furry cruise, so he's kind of wondering why he's the only one here. Because furries don't have a lot of money. This is for Bertie the Scottish Griffin, and this is Uncle Kage. I just wrote an E. I don't know why I wrote an E. There we go. Thank you very much, Bertie. Okay, you didn't want this. I don't care. I got your money. Thank you very much. All right, who's next? Mama T. Okay, Mama T. Mama T is a sweetheart, and because Mama T is a sweetheart, I have got to try my best. Tian Long, smelling a bunch of flowers. Okay, well, we need Tian Long. Oh boy. Hang on. I need some drawing reference for Tian here. We need drawing reference. Excuse me while I don't know. Tian Long, right? It's not doing shit. I don't know why. Tian Long. Hello. I need an Asian to fix my phone. Okay, so Tian Long. Okay, so we have Tian, and
He's smelling a bunch of flowers. Okay, we can get this. We can work with this, right? Okay. What kind of flowers? I don't know. I can't draw freaking flowers. Okay, so Tian. First off, Tianlong is a dragon. All right, here we go. Okay, got la. Okay, Tianlong. All right. So Tian. First off, he's got this nose, which kind of, and that's the important part because he's smelling flowers, right? So he's got to have the nose. And then he's got these angry dragon eyes. Yep. But then he's got these big bushy eyebrows. Then he's got, I don't know what the frick is going on with these horns. It's like a big giant toilet paper tubes coming out of his head here. And then he's got these fans coming out of his head. Oh, right. And oh, don't forget the noodles. Gotta have the noodles. Smelling a bunch of flowers. Okay, flowers. Well, we got, okay, some daisies. Yeah, and some irises. And daisies. Okay, and he's like inhaling them. Oh, wait, hang on. We must also have opium poppies because he's Chinese. We're talking about the opium wars here. And he is inhaling the scent of all of these flowers as indicated by the arrows here. Okay, so this is for Mama T from Uncle Kage. Did you ask me to draw this? Yes, you did. Is this what you wanted me to draw? I don't know. I don't care. Okay, next is Furry Trainer. I'm going to get back, make sure I haven't moved away from, you know, whatever the hell I'm doing here. Okay, Furry Trainer. Furry Trainer wants me to draw a hand turkey, because Furry Trainer loves the hand turkeys. And a hand turkey drinking Dr. Lotion among spring flowers. Okay, well, first we need the hand turkey. Okay, you all know how hand turkeys work, right? Okay, that's how you draw a hand turkey, as we've been drawing them since the 1920s. My understanding is that's when the first hand turkeys came into being. And here's the turkey face, and turkeys have beaks, and they're for some reason turkeys got their balls under their chin here like that. And he's enjoying Dr. Lotion somehow because hand turkeys don't have hands. I don't know how the hell, but he is enjoying this Dr. Lotion. And we're going to say this is a 2017 because that was a very good year. And he's smelling a bunch of flowers. We're going to say, see other drawing. Because we have already established the other drawing. And this is for Furry Trainer. Thank you very much, Furry Trainer. I love yellow pieces. Now I'm going to take a pause to make sure you all can see this shit because I honestly don't know. I'm going to check back at the channel. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Going back to what I was doing. Okay. Next. We have Wadius, Uncle Kage celebrating Norway's Independence Day. Okay, here we have the Norwegian flag. The Norwegian flag, which is a hat. The Norwegian flag is a hat, and it's got this kind of I don't know, whatever the kind of, there, that's the, thank you very much. So, and it's Uncle Kage, so he's got Okay, first we need Uncle Kage. Okay, here's Uncle Kage, right, with his potato-shaped head and his astroturf hair and his ears, which are really sticking out today for some reason. And he's had lots of wine, and he's got his nose, but always, always, always very, very well dressed. Uncle Kage, here he is, and he's thinking, Norway, yeah, there we go. Okay, this is for Wadius. Why do you people pay for this bullshit? I don't know. I don't care. It's paying my bills. Thank you very much. Oh, Tao. We have Tao. Tao is next. Oh, shit. Okay, Oh, all right. Okay, here we go. Tao. Let me make sure this is still centered in the place where. No, it's got to come up a little bit. Okay, Tao. Hang on. Am I drawing again? I forgot. Oh, Pandora's box. Wow. Okay, so we need a Pandora's box for Tao. I could make this dirty, but I don't think I want to do that. Wow. Boy, there's a bunch of shit. I'm trying to look up. Okay, Pandora's box. Here it is. It's a box. I'm going to say property of Pandora. Do not open. There we go. How's that? I hope you like it, Tao. If you don't, I don't care. All right. That's good. Got the coughs here. Okay. Kaisis Dario. Oh, went the wrong direction. That one's done. I got to go back to this one. There's some circles and there's some numbers. Okay, here we go. I got to get a new sketchbook. Okay, this is for Kaisis Dario. Kaisis says, whatever you want. Okay, whatever I want. Let's see. What do I got here? Okay, here we go. Whatever I want. What do I want to draw? Hang on. I want to draw the love child of the nowhere man and President Trump. That's what I'm going to draw. Okay, so we're going to start with the nowhere man. Okay, nowhere man. He's got a kind of weird, like, light bulb shaped head here. And he's got, like, I don't know what the hell. And this giant Joker grin, but he's very, very happy, and a giant nose sticking off here. And we're going to put his head on Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, of course, has this red tie that he's constantly, like, taping to his chest because he's Mr. Trump. All right. But we need the Trump hair. Trump hair is Trump hair. All right. It's Deutschland, über. Oh, no, I shouldn't do that. Okay, sorry. Yay! Okay, Uncle Kage, thank you very much, Kaisis Dario. It's not what you wanted, but you got it, and I don't care. Okay. All right, next, we have Silver Gatoman. Hang on. So we have Silver Gato Man. And Silver Gato Man wants Boozy defending the Three Stooges in court. Oh boy, this is going to take some thinking here. Okay. First off, we have the Three Stooges. Okay. Wow. Okay. We have Mo, and the thing about Mo is, he's got like the bowl haircut, and he's like, I am Mo, right? And then there's Larry, and Larry, he's got like, the porcupine hair. And then there's Curly. That's easy. That's Curly. Okay, so we got the Three Stooges, and then we got Boozy. I need drawing reference of a badger. Now, okay, the thing is, Boozy has been upset because everybody's been drawing him as a European badger, but he wants to be an American. Oh, wait, I got a note here. Let's see. American badger. There it is, American badger. Here's the thing. No. This is not working. This is not working. We need an actual American badger, which is showing how badgers are. Oh, that's closer. That's closer. Okay, yeah. So this, okay, so it changed. To hell. Oh, no, this is it. This is it. There we are. That's it. Okay. So we have Lawyer Badger. Badgers have big black eyes, and their noses are kind of shaped like pigs, but then they got these massive fangs, and it's like, rawr, I will fuck you up because I am full of teeth, and I have ears too, but I'm mad. Yeah, that's pretty close, isn't it? And he's saying, I object. And what's going on here? This is disorder in the court. Look it up on YouTube. You'll be glad you did. All right, that's for Silver Gauntleman. Thank you, Silver Gauntleman. Next, we have Jackal the Sergal. Jackal says, we're going to flip this. Yeah. Okay, Jackal says, draw yourself, that's me, giving a case of tuna to Boozy and tell him he will be eating with the fishes. Okay, so this is Jackal the Sergal. We have Kage, we have Boozy, we have tuna, and we have fishes. Fishies. Yes, I know exactly what to do with this. Boozy is tuning into my YouTube channel, and he is seeing the Tuna Quintet for the first time. Because here is Uncle Kage with his Tuna Quintet, and here is, he's with his nice tie there, and he's, of course, with the Tuna Quintet, he's got his bowler on the whole time, and with his nice tie. Yep, and then over here, this is the serious one. You always have to have the serious singer because he's always serious and bullshit like that. And then this guy's like dicking around because he doesn't care how he wears his bowler because he's like, you know, I'm done. Thank you very much. I don't know what I was drawing. Uncle Kage, thank you very much, Jackal, for your support. You're a wonderful person. Okay. The last one we have, and this is the amazing part. We have Tuzzy. Okay. And hang on. I'm going back to the channel right now. Hopefully you can all hear me. All right. I'm not there. Here I am. Tuzzy says, let the audience decide. But I'm going to target, if he's still paying attention, Boozy. You got 25 seconds. You tell me what to draw. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to pick somebody else. So here we go. We're going to count 25 seconds on my 1986 vintage watch here, okay? All right, 25 seconds. We're waiting for Boozy, and this is 4 seconds. Okay. That's 12 seconds, and there's 13 seconds and 14. And so in about 5 seconds, I'm going to see if Boozy has said anything. If he hasn't said anything, we're going to see what other people say. Okay, here we go. There's 25 seconds. All right, here we go. What do we got? No, nothing from Boozy. Nothing from Boozy, but we have... here we go. Killer Clown Kage. That's from Tianlong. Okay. Killer Clown Kage. All right. So first we have Kage. Kage with his potato-shaped head, right? And he's got a Trump wig on. This is Kage with his Trump clown wig. But he's a clown, so we have to have the, giant clown makeup faces, right? And of course, clowns have these like weird mouth things, but it's Uncle Kage, so of course he's always very, very well dressed, but he still has his Donald Trump president hair. Don't forget his ears. Let's say that he is, and his arms and his why do you pay for this shit? There, I said it. That's Uncle Kage as the cynical killer clown asking Tuzzy why the hell he pays for. Doesn't matter. All right, we're coming back here. By the way, thank you very much to the Nowhere Man for helping me out. Thank you very much to President Trump for helping me out there. Okay, so we're going to go back to our webcam. Hang on, give me a second. There we go. Okay, we're back. All right. And Tien said he did not request that. Yes, you did, Tien. I saw it. All right. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If there's any patrons I missed, I'm sorry. Just send me more money and maybe I'll draw something for you, okay? This is good shit. Okay. So, where were we? Oh, yes. Welcome back to the Winestream. This portion of the Winestream is brought to you by Franzia White Zinfandel, 34 glasses in a large box with a spigot on the bottom. There we are. Let's see.
Oh, Chrono says, how old is that watch? Funny that somebody named Kronos is asking how old is that watch. 1986, Kronos. That is the vintage of my watch. It's on its 5th battery and it still keeps going. So I see no reason to get another watch. Except I can't quite. There we go. All right. And I come back and I see, get out of my ammo stores. I like those vintage grenades. Maybe I should not have come back. Onyx Flame, what advice can you give for babysitting while slightly tipsy? Don't do it. Onyx Flame, you have been given charge of a small human being. You should not be slightly tipsy. You should not be consuming alcoholic beverages while babysitting. Unless, of course, the baby is himself an alcoholic. Kage is off center. Here. There, is that better? I'm not expecting a guest because the door is closed and Tien is not going to be here for another 2 weeks. Oh, Gummibjorn. Feel tired. Consider sneaking off to bed. Well, considering that it's like 2 in the morning and you're drunk off your ass, my boy, you should be going to bed. Let's see. Oh, Aldea Carufus. Here we go. What's the best? Honeymooners, I Love Lucy, or the Dick Van Dyke Show? Oh, my God. These are some amazing classics. How do we say what's the best? Honeymooners, I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball, who transformed American comedy. Dick Van Dyke. Here's a little piece of trivia you guys may not know. Dick Van Dyke was a young would-be actor wanting to be a comic, a funny man who needed guidance. He went to Hollywood trying to make his fortune. How am I going to do this? Who will be my mentor? Who will teach me? Dick Van Dyke happened to go to visit an old man named Stan Laurel. Stan Laurel took Dick Van Dyke under his wing and gave him pointers. If you look at Dick Van Dyke's physical comedy, you will see a lot of Stan Laurel in it. And I'm going to reiterate, Tien Long did ask for that drawing. I saw it in the channel, so that's exactly what he wanted. Chen is saying, is something happening with the camera? The old man looks a little gray. Okay, here's why, Chen. People have been pissing and moaning all evening that the video looks bad because I have no Asian here to help me. So in 2 weeks, hopefully someone can show this poor old white guy how to make himself look good on camera. That's the whole point. Oh, incidentally, yes, I bought this at an airport. I couldn't resist it. It's a little... anyway, okay, moving right along. See, in years past, I could show that and it would be funny and that would not be a problem, but I really have no idea how the American government is going to deal with comics making fun of our current president. Oh, you saw my password when I typed in? Never mind, I'll change it. You notice it was all sevens. 7, 7, 7, 7. That's because I'm old. That's what old people do. I'll make it all 8s next time. Theophilus. Sorry I was late. And well, Theophilus, you missed everything. It was for good. I don't know how much longer we're going to be on tonight. Okay. Charcoal says, Kronos, boy, you messed up. Takes off belt and starts hitting you with it. Get a room, you two. Take it out on my stream. Okay. Yes. And Onyx Flame is saying, due to Uncle Kage's laptop and YouTube crapping themselves, the cam settings screwed up. Yes. It's... Tien, remember how you've been threatening with Gummibjorn to get me a new computer? It's probably time. Okay. Oh, Sully says, any advice for a young fox, early 20s, in his first relationship with a married couple? Okay, Sully, I'm going to keep away from that one. We can talk privately, okay? That's not one for the stream, okay? Wadius, if I give my phone number to Kage, will he call me? No. Wadius, you should know, I don't like talking on the phone. In fact, this is an odd little thing about my psychopathy. I cannot stand telephones. I don't like talking on the phone. I actually get very, very on edge when I have to make a phone call. Talking voice on phone for some reason bothers me, so don't ask me to do it. Corner says, are time bombs cheating? Of course they are. If you can't get in somebody's face and detonate the bomb when they're looking, then you're a coward. Oh, Silver's here. Hi, Silver. He sounds pissed on the phone no matter who he is. Yes, Silver has talked to me on the phone. Here's how the conversation usually goes when he called me on the phone. Where's my phone? I lost my phone. No, here it is. Here's how the conversation goes. What? What do you want? Who the hell's this? Look, okay, just fucking send me an email. I'm busy right now, okay? Bye. Okay, Silver. Is that an accurate representation of a phone call with Uncle Kage? You can tell the channel. I will wait a couple of minutes here for that. Let's see. Oh, Chen Long says, when I call Kage, he gets all polite and contrite. No, Chen, you're confusing me with Boozy Badger. When you call me, I get all growl, grumble, grumble. Why are you calling me? See, Silver says he's not even kidding a little. The only time I get polite and contrite with Tien is if Tien calls me up and says, what happened to my sake? Not that I'm admitting to anything. I'm going to refer any further questions to my lawyer who's in channel right now. As a matter of fact, let's move right along, shall we? Oh, Quack Quack Conquista. Hi, hello, QQH. Very, very good to see you. I'm glad you're here. We are drinking Franzia White Zinfandel from a giant box with a spigot on the bottom tonight, and that's fine for the likes of us. But this stuff goes down very, very easily. It reminds me of my first girlfriend. So probably when this glass is done, we might want to call an end to this stream, just because, well, I think you all know why. Oh no, Stoltzman. When I first heard of you, I always thought you were named Kaji. No, it's Kage. Mr. Oh no, thank you very much for asking, though. Let's see. Bruzo, you are even like that much like you're even like that much like to your mom on your phone. Okay, Bruzo, ask my mom. When mom calls me, it's like, hello, dear, what is it? Can I help you? Is there something you need? Okay, look, okay, I'll be there for dinner tomorrow night. We'll worry about that. Oh, is your computer broken? Okay, Tianlong is coming to visit in 2 weeks. He'll fix it then. Okay, bye. That's my conversations with my mom. You can ask her. She's in channel. She will tell you that that is accurate. Oh, Boozy says, Dr. Conway speaking in hypotheticals, not making a statement or mission in regards to any sake, be it owned by an ancient listed. Thank you very much. That is a statement from my lawyer. I'm going to defer to that. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Onyx is making her first handmade corset. Oh, that sounds lovely. Let's see. 6 Ocelot. 6. Have you ever seen the Rocky Horror Picture? 6. Really? It's just a jump to the left and then a step to the right with your hands on your hips and bring your knees in tight. But it's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Yes, I have seen it. I have performed it. I am intimately familiar with Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes, Altia, correct. Yes, thank you. I just got a... thank you. I got tricked into a copyright strike. Fucking YouTube is going to be all over me. Oh, for shit's sake. All right, yes, another copyright strike. Thank you. And Silver says he has way worse on his shelf. Well, Silver, which shelf are we talking about? I have a lot of shelves. Yeah. Barracuda, it's not, I'm just a young transvestite, it's a sweet transvestite. I have some dressed like this as a traveling businessman. I have sat next to other traveling businessmen and sung, I'm a sweet transvestite, just to see their reaction. Okay. Baron Sable is going to head off and do other things. You've got better things to do, Baron. Thank you for spending the time you did. Onyx says, can I stick you in a course at EF? No, not my thing, but thank you for asking. Oh, boy, what the heck time is it? Oh. Let me make sure there's no notes here on my phone from people saying, dude, you've had enough. And a bunch of people are talking about shit. While they're talking about shit, I'm going to drink, okay? Oh, Baron Sable, it was a pleasure. The pleasure was all mine, Baron, because I've been drinking. Thank you very much for coming tonight. Oh, Amy. From sober, 0, to your favorite wine and a full glass hitting the floor, 10. How drunk would you have to be to tell us your old girl/boyfriend stories? That would be a 15. Those are stories I don't bring out for just anybody. Give me some alcohol and we'll see. All right? It's a very spur of the moment sort of thing. Let's see. Tianlong says, I've not ever had to speak to Boozy on the phone. Whether a good thing or not is for the law to decide. I could call Boozy right now. Oh, wait, there's a text. Probably some idiot saying you've had enough. It is. It is an idiot. It's Boozy saying, dude, you've had just the right amount. Well, guess what? When a trusted friend tells me that, I take it to heart. When this glass is done, we shall say that we are done. Should I call Boozy? I should. Because Boozy will then tell you what's going to happen when this stream is done, because I suspect that some badgerial lawyer in Pennsylvania is going to be streaming himself. Let's ring him up and see what he has to say, shall we? He should be on my speed dial, but he's not here. B-O-O-O, there he is. I'm not going to turn it so you can see his number, so don't worry. I'll put it on the speaky phone. Where's the speaky phone? There it is. Okay. Hopefully you can hear this shit. Oh, it's down here. Here's the speaky thing.
Bob's mortuary, you stab him, we slap him.
Can you hear this old guy talking? Hey, Boozy, how the hell are you?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, you're right. I've probably had enough, but when I'm done, you're going to be doing some shit, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, actually I'm going to jump on Twitch for a little while.
You're going to Twitch for a while.
Yeah, somebody told me I have to play a horror game.
Probably right now you all are hearing...
Yeah. That's not the alcohol, that's the... yeah, I'm playing Twitch after you're done. There's a horror game I have to play.
I didn't catch a word of that. I'll tell you what, in my typey channel where the words are here, send the link to where you're going to be, and then when I'm done, I'll send people there.
I can do that. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me bring you up on the computer. I've been watching you on the phone.
I have no idea what you just said, but I'm going to assume that's an affirmative.
All right.
All right. Okay, guys, watch the channel. Boozy's going to say some shit. Okay, I'm going to hang up on you now, okay? Doesn't matter, because I just did. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, when this stream is done, which is when this... Oh, wow. When this glass is done, I'm going to ask all of you to switch over to my dear young friend, yes, the Boozy Badger, because he's going to be doing some kind of Twitch video game computer... I don't know. He has to play a horror game. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you what. We're going to be done shortly, all right? So, blah, 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 blah. But we're not done just yet because this glass is still going. All right. Oh, Boozy says, and Kage needs a hearing aid. Hey. Same to you, you whippersnapper, you young scallywag. Goddamn kids. You know, I was... This lawyer guy, I was getting my goddamn bachelor's degree when he was still a smile on his father's face and an expectant leer on his mother's. There, I said it, okay? Suddenly, looking forward to AC Kage? No, I'm terrified of it. Caraway, there are children watching. Yes, Caraway, they're Boozy's kids. Have you ever met them? They are a force to be reckoned with. Let's see. Silver. Oh, Silver. Something happened to me a couple of weeks ago, and Silver was there. It's never happened to me before. April 20th of 2019. I will remember this. Silver and I went to a restaurant. We ordered the same thing. I asked for the check. And when the check came, it basically said, 1 adult meal, 1 senior meal. So I guess I should be happy I got the senior discount. Without asking. All right, Boozy, did you give people the link to where the hell you're going to be? I would type it in, but apparently my computer is so old and slow, if I type shit in, you'll just hang up the... Anyway. Yakisoba, you're very, very sweet. Thank you very much. Yakisoba said, I never knew silver looks that old to get a senior discount. Yakisoba, you're a darling, but you're kissing my ass. Stop it. Okay, I have not seen Boozy give us the link to where we're supposed to go when this stream is done. We cannot end this stream until I know where to send people. Either that or he did post the link and I missed it. So somebody help me out here, all right? Beowulf Wolf said, you is really drunk. Beowulf Wolf, you don't know me very well, do you? This is mildly tipsy. Let's see. Asher Dragon says, getting lost into... Oh, wait, Mio... I bet Boozy's... Oh wait, I didn't turn off post links in this, did I? Oh shit. I don't know how this crap works. Boozy, post the link. If you don't post the link, then we'll do something else. Okay? Quack Quack Honk says, this story frightens me because I'm close in age. Okay, Quack Quack Honk, listen. Be at ease. You are not old. You are not old until you wake up on a weekend and you go into the kitchen and you open the refrigerator and you see a box of Cheerios in the refrigerator and you don't see the milk. It's happened to me. Six Ocelot, what's the best way to wear a fedora? Any way that looks good on you. That's my answer. People are saying twitch.tv/boozybadger. Oh, yes, there is. Guys, look in the typing shit here. Twitch.tv/boozybadger. You know what? I'm bored. Let's go and watch Boozy. Matter of fact, we can do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And especially thanks to all of my amazing Patreon patrons who give me money for I don't know what the hell. This has been the Winestream for May of 2019. I look forward to seeing all of you in 2 weeks, where I shall be welcoming my dear old friend, the Celestial Dragon Tianlong, who will be joining me here for my birthday. However, I've worn out my welcome. You've seen it all down here. I expect to see all of you, and Boozy's now going, oh my God, I need to get the stream up. That's fun. Let's go and invade his stream before he's ready. Ladies and gentlemen,
twitch.tv/boozybadger. I shall see you there. Good night and God bless.